Family.
I'm higher than my socks, twisted like my locks. Big up to the locks. I did a show with Josh. Did a show with Josh. Soon as I left the spot, pulled over by the cops. Them bitches from a Glock. They threw me in the box. 8 months tops. Staring at the clock. Commissary stop. Man, we caught a 5 drop. The nigga jaw gon' drop. The bitches draws gon' drop. And then the calls gon' drop. Hello. I bought too hard, they flap. Whoa. Now all these bitches got ass. How did they get it so fast? They ain't have that in the past. I still smash in LA, they getting shot. Bitch, I know the doc.
Okay.
Yeah, we on the yacht. Yo, bitch, know where we dock. Hold up, I ain't from the know ya, but Took is still a soldier. And wrestling beat the soldier, cause he was real Magnolia, yeah. I fuck these hoes if I don't doze off on that drink. If I do, bitch, you to blame. Coochie lane, we stank. It better be the only thing, big bank.
Take little bank, you know the game.
All these bitches on your Carter, your Carter. The fireman and fire starter need water. Ooh, all of your bitches, they poo. All of my bitches, they new. They got more bitches than you. All of these hoes in cahoots. But my bitch keep me in the loop. She blow me like hot camera soup. My waters come out like a troop. Innocent boss, not a fruit. Enjoying my pineapple fruits. I'm in a pineapple coupe. Passing you up like you. Turn the head like a screw. Get that hoe a tip. Enough to buy a whip. Get that hoe some sip. She fall asleep, I dip. I'm rich, bitch. Money, Mitch. What's in that bag? 14 bricks. You got 14 bricks in that bag? Used to drive a Mozzie. Used to be locked up with the dude that stopped the shanty. Used to be in Halle with dudes that cut the bodies. Told you got so many hoes, they call me John Dottie. To your bitch, I'm Mr. Biggs, my nigga Ron Osley. I'm kamikaze and you niggas Ronda Rousey. It's New Orleans, really rock. Drop it to the socks.
Family.
The ones that have it drop. Wait for call to pop drop.
Oh,
It's the rock.
okay.
Tell them bitches it's the rock.
What we doing?
I'm throwing up the rock.
Okay.
I ain't from Magnolia, but Tony's still a soldier. And rest in peace the soldier, cause he was real Magnolia.
Family, family, family. It's your boy Jay checking in. Alright, listen. I appreciate you tapping in with your boy. We got a lot to get to. This intro is gonna be very short, family. It is the 3rd day of Diddy's trial, and we gotta lock in. Alright, let's go ahead and lock right in. I hope you are doing well, family. We're going to catch up to today's proceedings. Now, I'm going to go ahead and give you a quick overview. At this very moment, court just ended for the day. Cassie has been on the stand the last 2 days. All right. We're going to go through some tweets. Of course, there's no video footage being allowed in court. So we're going to go through some live tweets that have been coming from someone who's actually in the courtroom. Again, family, I appreciate you locking in with me. Let's catch up to today's proceedings. Now, first of all, I want to shout out this page, okay? InnerCityPress.com has been at the actual court hearing and been keeping us abreast of everything going on as it's happening, okay? Let's get to it. Now, we're going to cover today first, all right? We're going to cover today, and after today, we can go back and look at some of the tweets from yesterday, okay? Now, we're saying these are 16 hours. These are yesterday's tweets. This is how we started the day. All right, this is the gentleman's page right here. Salute to him. Let's check it out. What we got. Vlog, May 14, U.S. versus Sean Combs. Can Cassie confer with counsel during cross? Day 2. Let's get to how he started the day. All right.
Okay, here we are, Matthew Russell Lee, Inner City Press, here at the Southern District of New York Courthouse today, Wednesday, May 14th, 2025. Well, Diddy docket, civil and criminal, of course. Yet we're live tweeting the criminal trial of Sean Combs. Yesterday, they finished with the male dancer Daniel Phillip, and then Cassie took the stand. It was really, it was something. You can find, of course, the tweets. We've also put extra stuff on Substack. And
now, let me give you a quick update. The male dancer, prostitute, kind of a escort, he also took the stand. He told about the things Diddy made him do. Crazy work. We're going to get to that, but let's lock back in.
and some of the filings on Patreon. But the legal issue that's arising is whether when she's under cross-examination, which will begin today, whether she'll be allowed to talk to her lawyer, who's Douglas Wigdor, a noted Me Too and other, mostly a civil lawyer. He had a case with Leon Block in which he dropped out, but that's another matter. In any event, both he and the lawyer for Mia are wanting to say that they have every right to speak with their client during cross. Now, often it's said that a witness can't speak to the lawyer during cross in order to not coordinate, but the government and they are citing the Victims' Rights Act. Of course, Alexander Shapiro for Combs said that can't trump the rights of the defendant to get to the truth, i.e.
So, if you don't know what's going on right now, they're speaking about the cross-examination, okay? So, right now, prosecutors have been interviewing Cassie. Now, when the cross-examination comes up, they are asking, will it be okay for the lawyers to ask or to brief Cassie essentially on how to go about the questioning, right? Now, what he's saying here, Inner City Press, is by law, it has not been a thing where the lawyer can talk to the witness during cross-examination, but they're citing what was it, the women's, he says the name of it, the Women's Act that will allow it to happen. I backed it up some. Let's catch that.
Lawyer. He had a case with Leon Block in which he dropped out, but that's another matter. In any event, both he and the lawyer for Mia are wanting to say that they have every right to speak with their client during cross. Now, often it's said that a witness can't speak to the lawyer during cross in order to not coordinate, but the government and they are citing the Victims' Rights Act.
So that right there, the Victims' Rights Act, is what they're attempting to use so they can essentially, brief the witness on, again, how to go about the questioning coming through cross-examination.
Of course, Alexander Shapiro for Combs said that can't trump the rights of the defendant to get to the truth, i.e., mess up the testifying witness. So there's that. On the civil Diddy docket, in one of the many cases initially brought by Tony Busby, he's withdrawn from them, has another lawyer on the case. It was a Jane Doe versus Sean Combs case, in which involving, I think, 2014 in Las Vegas. In any case, it's been found and ruled by Judge Broderick here of the Southern District that Jane Doe cannot proceed under pseudonym and must either give her name by May 20th in an amended complaint or see the case dismissed on that ground. So there's a lot of...
So there's another witness who's attempting to testify as a Jane Doe, but is seemingly not being allowed. Let's back that up a little bit.
Has another lawyer on the case.
Now, if you missed it, Tony Busby was initially representing this currently Jane Doe, but he is now off the case. If you recall, he is no longer able to practice in the Southern District of New York after not doing the due diligence of one of these Diddy cases that he tried to involve Jay-Z in as well.
It was a Jane Doe versus Sean Combs case, in which involving, I think, 2014 in Las Vegas. In any case, it's been found and ruled by Judge Broderick here of the Southern District that Jane Doe cannot proceed under pseudonym and must either give her name by May 20th in an amended complaint or see the case dismissed on that ground. So there's a lot of this is how it's going. We're covering it closely. It seems to be going out all over the place, including Perry Match. Not that it matters. We've asked, believe it or not, to go international. We've asked the UN about it because they often are talking about, I think they put on orange shirts. They do all of this stuff. Of course, the UN itself is deeply involved in sexual abuse through their peacekeepers. These guys have full immunity. They're sent to some of the most dysfunctional, poor countries on earth: the Central African Republic, the Democratic Republic of Congo, Haiti, and when they used to have a UN before the Haitians in cholera and killing people. In any event, the UN we've received leaks from within the UN, which we cover just by being...
Okay, so he's moved on to another topic Okay, let's lock in. Let's see what's going on with the actual trial today. These are the, this is the initial tweet from court he put out today. Let's check this. What's this? Oh, okay, this is his Patreon. Cool. All right. Judge, have the privacy screens been installed? AUSA. Now, these are the prosecution, okay? AUSA. They are being installed by court tech staff. Judge, on the conferring with counsel issue, I tend to agree with Ms. Shapiro, excuse me. AUSA. What about conferring about questions about privilege? Okay. Now, I'm not sure what privacy screens we're speaking about right here. Okay. Yeah, this is something to do before court. All right. All rise. Judge, we have a note from a juror about a scheduling accommodation. It's not in the docket. What about Mrs. Ventura's husband? So, Mrs. Ventura's husband, let's speak about that. There's going to be, excuse me, a point in court where the defense for Diddy wants the husband out of the room. All right. So that's what they're referring to when they ask about Mrs. Ventura's husband. At least I'm assuming right now. We'll continue to make sure we get that correct. AUSA, he will be removed from the court. Okay, so it is. He will be removed from the courtroom before a certain issue comes up. Judge, good. So again, it's going to come to a certain year, and when that year comes up, they want the husband out of the room. But at this current moment, he's in the room in court with his wife. Okay. We can look at everyone entering court as well a little later. Let's kind of get through these tweets first. Okay. AUSA, did Sean, and now be mindful, what we have going on here is the AUSA, the prosecution is questioning Miss Ventura, of course, Cassie, excuse me, I had a brain fart. All right, let's go. Did Sean, hold on. Okay, boom. AUSA, did Sean try to come to your apartment, Ventura? Yes. He was banging. That was pretty normal from him, but this is a pretty private building. AUSA, did you hear from Miss Corin that day? Ventura, yes. And I went to see D-Rock and his wife to feel safe. All right. AUSA, who was at your home when you got there? Ventura, Carrie Morgan. She was upset when she saw me. She called the police. AUSA, did you speak with them? Ventura, yes, but I didn't say who I was talking about and they left. AUSA, why? Ventura, I wasn't ready. So she wasn't ready to tell authorities that at this point we didn't get Sean abusing, unless I'm reading these tweets in the wrong order, but I'm sure I'm not. We're starting from the bottom going up. Maybe they're picking up from yesterday. Let's just kind of keep going. Okay. So, Carrie Morgan. Now, who is Carrie Morgan? She was upset when she saw me. She called the police. AUSA, did you speak with them? And, of course, Ventura, yes, but I didn't say who I was talking about, and they left. Why? I wasn't ready. Okay. Let's see here. Now, amid the second day of Cassie Ventura's direct testimony in U.S. v. Sean Combs, here is an exhibit from the trial, the L.A. hotel security email. Okay, let's check out this email. Now, of course, we know that Diddy assaulted Cassie in the hotel that's currently in question back in 2016. All right. So we can see who this email is from. You see it's Amera, I see LA Security to, let's see, I'm assuming these are directors of the hotel or GM, something like that. Greetings. Today, March 5th, 2016, approximately 11:14 a.m., I received a call from Instant Services, Wanda, stating that she had just gotten distress call from the 6th floor. I then looked at the cameras to familiar with the situation up on the floor. All I saw before I took off immediately was a male black wearing only a towel walking back and forth. Oh snap! So we're talking about the Diddy Cassie incident. I'm gonna pull that video up real quick. Matter of fact, I actually got that video on my Twitter. Let's go here. So the entire video has now been released. Not even sure how much of this we can show on YouTube because, you know, at the end of it, Cassie does get assaulted. Of course, we do know this. The entire video is 15 minutes. This is the beginning of it. Now, as you see, she has already snuck out the room and she's putting her socks or shoes, hard to tell. Okay, those are her shoes, I'm sorry, on in the hallway. Now, we got Diddy here coming through like a linebacker. I'm not gonna lie, he pulls up quick. Nothing but the towel. Now, I don't want to go too fast, but she is allegedly leaving a freak off. She's attempting to leave a freak off because she has a premiere, or she's working on a movie, something like that, something in the entertainment industry that she's trying to get to. And we get this, of course, Diddy runs up on her. We know what Diddy does, right? So of course Diddy assaults her. You see her land on the ground here. Of course, we're not showing it, we're kind of freeze framing. He kind of drags her and he is attempting to drag her back into the room, but it stalls out. Okay, stalls out. What's this? Now, who is this? This must be an assistant, or is this Cassie? Let's see. Okay, that's Cassie. She gets up, she grabs her things, and she is still attempting to get on the elevator. Now you got Diddy pulling back up, stands in an intimidating stance. I'm gonna be honest. He stands, stops, looks at her, got a bag. Okay. Attempting to speak with her, it seems. He grabs the bags back up, going back in the room. And he is reapproaching. Now, he does again assault. She has her hands out like, you know, no, don't do it. Let's kind of fast forward. And now we see him essentially not letting her leave. We know she was attempting to leave a hotel. And now you got Diddy sitting here speaking to her, not allowing her to leave, in so many words. Attempting to keep her to stay, right? Now, he does walk by her here, but this is after he's already assaulted her. All right. Comes back, pointing, speaking. Let's keep going. Okay. All right, what do we got here? Now, this has never been seen. Now, this is the gentleman who is in the email, so if I'm not mistaken, said he saw the black male. We've never seen this part. Let's see what happens here. Now, he's going to enter the room right here, or the hallway here. I know, bro, is like, what the hell? Diddy is sitting there in nothing but a robe. Cassie sitting here damn near with a black eye. What the hell? Okay, so the guy who's working at the hotel is sitting here speaking with Cassie and Diddy. Man, I tell you, money is so powerful, because if he really saw everything going on and Diddy was just able to pay some bread, get the tapes, I mean, damn. Now, I'm going to be honest with you. A piece of me is still believing this guy has to be somewhat starstruck or something like that, and I'm going to tell you why. In a casual, John Doe, Jane Doe situation, you're pretty much calling the police if you see an assault. That's what's going on. You see an assault. We got it on camera. We're going to get you locked up for assaulting this young lady in our hotel. But in this case, you see this guy kind of talking with Diddy and speaking with Cassie and like going back and forth with him, and we know this led to not a Diddy arrest because Diddy was never charged for this.
Damn, them shoes are hella shiny. Look at that.
Okay, so it looks like he's making a call, and see, that's what I'm saying. It's like he's sitting here smiling with Diddy, and see what I'm saying? Like, it's hard to tell, but it was kind of hard to see, but he's kind of grinning, cheesing a little bit. You know what I mean?
Ricardo, do you know how long is the hot tub gonna be closed?
Yeah, it almost seems like he's kind of joking with Diddy a little bit. Of course, Diddy is sitting in the chair right here with nothing but a robe on, by the way. Shit, I wonder if Diddy wanted to invite him to the freak off. He's sitting there in the robe, bro, laughing. What the hell? Anyway, in my, opinion, he's somewhat starstruck because, again, obviously something is off. Diddy is in a robe in the hallway. Cassie is in a hoodie with shoes with no socks on, of course, attempting to leave. That's when the disturbance happens, and now you're here. So now, does Cassie go ahead and leave? That's what it's seeming. She go ahead and leave, or is she going back to the room? So she just entered this room. Let's fast forward a little. Okay, Diddy is entering that room as well. So it seems she went back to her room. She went back to the room with Diddy. And another assault seemingly happens. Because or this is just the other view. Okay, I see what's going on. This is the other angle from the angle we initially was looking at. Okay, so this was Cassie coming down the hall attempting to leave. And then we're going to see Diddy. Boy, he hit the corner sprinting like damn Gary Owens. Damn. All right. So I think then I'm speaking with the staff. Diddy probably like, hey, look, Playboy, I'm going to buy this whole tape from you, man. I'm going to give you an additional $5K. Don't even worry about it. This nigga is sitting in the hallway with nothing but a rope. Like, this is crazy. Like, does he know he Diddy in this hallway right now? Nah. Freak off had him going. Now you just got staff coming through. So Cassie, at the end of what we're seeing here, does leave because she left and wait. That's Cassie right here. So she didn't leave. Did she just wave at the camera? What the hell? Okay. Okay, that is the video in question. Okay, so just in case you didn't see it, of course, the entire 15 minutes had not been seen. That is freshly released. Let's continue. Okay, today, March 5th, 2016, at approximately 11:14 a.m., I received a call from Instant Services, Wanda, stating that she had just got a distress call from the 6th floor. I then looked at the cameras to familiar with the situation up on the floor. All I saw before I took off immediately was a male black wearing only a towel walking back and forth. I arrived at the scene at 11:15 a.m., 1 minute later. I noticed that the male black was rapper Sean Combs, aka P. Diddy. I observed Mr. Combs sit down on the far left chair of the 6th floor, and the female who was closest to the hallway, I saw the damage that had been done, and I began to diffuse the situation by advising Mr. Combs to understand his status and the safety and concerns of our guest. He began yelling at Miss Cece, and I advised both of them to separate from each other, that it wasn't convenient for both of them to continue this, especially in the hallway and in a towel. I then proceeded to advise him to return back to his room. Family, I called it nail on the head. This was a fan in so many words, and I don't mean Kendrick's version. I mean the actual fan. This guy clearly states, Mr. Combs, you should remember your status, right? Which is somewhat fanned out. F the status. If you see a woman being abused, do something about it. Miss Cece. Now, he calls Cassie Cece because that's what she went by. Now, of course, her actual name, if we're going by initials, would be CV, Cassie Ventura. But during the time she was dating Diddy, she went by CC for Cassie Combs. Okay. Let's continue. Mr. Combs began to offer me a bribe. Family, come on, man. Come on, man. We knew this. You take care of this, I got you. Let's go to my room. I then responded with, sir, I know who you are, while extending my arm to shake his hand, and said, all I ask for is respect for the guest and myself. So do me the favor and let's return you to your room. I'm not going to lie to you. This dude really did want to be in the freak off. Diddy is wearing nothing but a robe, grabbing on his dick, holding his hips to hold up the robe, and you out here shaking his hand. Boy, if you don't Daft Punk it. Anyway. Okay. He got up and began to walk to his room, and we made our way down to the north hallway. Miss Cece was behind us, coming from the south hallway. Mr. Combs noticed her while turning back and began to raise his voice. I then told him that if he didn't respect the guest, then he would be escorted out of property. We walked over to his room, 602, and when he went inside and Miss Cece was told to leave by Mr. Combs, so she did just that. Okay, so she does leave. Mr. Combs opened the door and brought out a currency band wrapped around $100 and told me again, thank you, and said, you take care of this and I'll take care of you. I declined the money and told Mr. Combs that all we needed was for him to stay in his room until checkout, which is today. I left the scene at 11:25 a.m. Now, I'm not going to lie to you. Dude probably had to check for bomb before he just got in the car. All right? No cap. If Diddy is giving you blood money, it might behoove you to take it. All right? You turned down the money, so now he don't know if he can trust you. All right? Okay. I took the elevator down and I saw Miss Cece and advised her that I did not want him to see her, So I walked her over to the valet office until her ride got there. I asked her that we would need some information from her to stand by. I then walked over to MOD, went over to Mod Addy's office and advised him of the situation, that I needed him present. Excuse me. We then walked over to Miss Cece and she was able to locate. We then went up to the 6th floor and took pictures of the guest lobby, elevator, landing, and made our way to guest room 602. Maud Abe wanted to introduce himself and let him know of the hotel rules, to advise him that the damages would be charged to his room. When Mr. Combs came out, he was about to start yelling, still in his towel, but Maud Abe and I stopped him before he did and advised him that we were not there to make it bigger than it already was. He saw Maud Abe holding his phone and he automatically assumed he was being recorded. So he grabbed his hand, then grabbed his hand. Wait, he's saying the same thing twice. So he grabbed his hand, then grabbed his hand and told him to back off. And, oh, okay, so I'm guessing Diddy grabbed the hand, then the dude grabbed the hand, told him to back off, and took his hand away from Maud Abe. He was then told no one was recording him, that the safety and the privacy of the guest is important to the hotel, and if he tried to do something like that, he would get kicked out and escorted out of property by LAPD. He calmed himself down and apologized and stated, "It's just that I don't want to lose anything and I can lose it all." You damn sure right about that. We then reassured him that all we need him was to calm down and not have any more scenes from that time until he checked out time. We then left the scene and resumed normal operations. Note, we will be conducting extra patrols until his checkout, in which we will be taking pictures of how the room is left at the moment. Here are the pictures that Maud Abe took of the guest lobby. Please stand by until we have all pictures. Mr. Combs has not checked out yet. So this was going on while he was still, of course, standing in the room. One thing that you currently can't see, I'll move it up. This is one of 6 pages. We only have page 1 here. All right, this was entered into court today. So basically, this is the write-up report that was given after Diddy attacked Cassie. Now, at one time, you know, they were attempting to get this video. They didn't want this video played in court because this is probably the most damning visual that you can see. But obviously, they were able to finesse it in. All right, let's continue. Okay, let's continue reading this down. Again, I appreciate you tapping in. Please hit that like and subscribe. I appreciate you. Okay. Ventura. The escorts would ask me if it was okay afterward. If I was okay afterwards. So damn, this is after the freak offs, right? Or is this after the situation? Let's see. AUSA. In what cities did he put his hands on you? Ventura, NY, LA, Miami. Now, of course, LA is the one we see. AUSA, again, the prosecution. How frequently? Ventura, too frequently. AUSA today. What's the Abbey? Ventura, a gay club in LA. I went there with my friend. Okay. It seems like we missed something because it went from, in what cities did he put his hands on you? And then they asked, what's a bay? Okay. AUSA. Who was present when Sean put his hands on you at freakouts? Or freak-offs, of course. Ventura. Sometimes the escort was there too. All right. AUSA. In the same room? Ventura. Yes. Jules. What the hell? AUSA. In the suite? Ventura. Yes. AUSA. Were they aware? Defense. Objection. Judge overruled. Yes. Okay. Wait, what happened? So the prosecution asks, were the male escorts aware that Diddy was, abusing her or assaulting her? And, the defense objected. It was overruled. And the answer was yes. They were aware. Okay. When did Sean first hurt you physically? Now, there was I want you to notice, there was a break right here. Okay. So we see this was 5 hours ago. We go from 5 hours to 2 hours. All right. AUSA, when did Sean first hurt you physically? Now, let's break down what's going on. They're attempting to make Diddy look like a monster. Of course, this is the prosecution. So they want to ask all the questions that would bring out some of the details of what Diddy was doing during the time of the alleged not only abuse, but freak-offs, sex trafficking, the whole nine. All right. When did Sean hurt you physically? Ventura. It started in the first year. Oh, wow. So Diddy met her when she was like 21. And it started the first year. Wow. AUSA. What staffer were present when Sean was physical with you? Defense. Objection. Physical is vague. AUSA. Punching. Hitting. Okay, so physical was, of course, too vague. They wanted to be more detailed on exactly what was being meant when they said when Sean was physical with you. Okay? Okay. AUSA, Johnson. Okay, so now this is another examiner. The only reason we know that because they took the time to throw Johnson in. You got to remember, this person is attempting to tweet the questions and trying to remember things from written down. So some things are going to be off. Let's see. We will call her Maya. When you gave your devices to the government, were they working? Ventura. No, they were broken. AUSA, put up 602A for Miss Ventura and the jury only. What's on your scan? Ventura, all. So I'm assuming 602A is a photo, and we're seeing Cassie oiled up. Now, one of the things that came out yesterday during the trial was Diddy was oiling up the sex workers and Cassie like every 5 minutes. Like that was his kink, or one of his kinks. Like he liked them to be extra oily at all times. Okay, extra oily. All right. Let's continue. AUSA, were you bruised? Ventura, yes. And this photo, was it? Ventura, me and Sean's bathroom, September 18, 2015. What were you doing there? Recuperating from being beaten up by Sean in Las Vegas. Oh, wow. What happened next? We met, Sean, Scott, and me. Scott said, what about my vehicle? And Sean said, what vehicle? And that was the end of the meeting. Put up the photo. What is this? Me and Sean Kingston in Jamaica for Sound Clash. Okay. And we're missing, obviously, some things in between this, but I do appreciate him giving us as much as he can. Now, with the jury out of the room, judge says, why don't we put off the cross until tomorrow? AUSA Johnson, we'd like to start now to be sure to finish. Judge, Miss Estavo, Combs, Estavo, she will be finished by the end of the week. Judge, so no cross today. So it seemed that they wanted to cross right after. All right, so let's speak about what just happened right here on this last tweet. The prosecution essentially was finished questioning Cassie Ventura, which now we're getting the judge asking, why don't we put off the cross until tomorrow? Now, the prosecution, which is very important, this is very important because this is a play. The prosecution says, we'd like to start now to be sure to finish. Now, family, we got to remember, even though we went through it kind of, I guess, you know, without all the details we need, and we're going to watch some videos to kind of go with some of this. Cassie is being broken down, right? Cassie is currently in court, being asked about, you know, being beaten. She's pregnant. She's speaking about freak offs, things she did, being hurt physically. Like, she's speaking about a lot, so it's very fatiguing on her, right? You got to also remember, this was throughout an entire 9-hour day. So the prosecutors already know that the jurors just heard Cassie go through a emotional situation, and they're leaning on that. So they want the defense to go ahead and start cross-examining this evening right now with all the thoughts of what you just heard fresh on your mind. So again, the judge offered putting the cross off until tomorrow, which is helping the defense. So the prosecutors are like, no, let's do it now. The judge asked Mrs. Stavo, who is, of course, one of Diddy's lawyers, the female lawyer. She says she will be finished by the end of the week. So with that being said, no cross today, which means that tomorrow the defense will begin the day questioning Cassie. And, you know, when you're starting with a fresh day like that, it's going to help it's just going to, again, get the current emotional fatigue and the long day. It's going to kind of be done, and it just kind of helps you move forward. All right. Let me do something real quick. I forgot. Damn, I'm geeking. Hold up. Family, again, I appreciate you tapping in with your boy. Hold on. Let me do something real quick. Real quick, Kim. All right. Family, how your day going? How you doing, man? How are you doing? I really hope you're having an amazing day. No cap. Now, what we're going to do is look at some videos from today, from people who were in court, around court, and have knowledge of the situation happening, okay? Now, a lot happened that I could just speak about, but hopefully we can find some videos that just kind of help us, you know, that kind of help bring up the topics, okay? All right, let's do it. Okay, hold on. Let's get it. All right, so let's go to YouTube. And let's go to Law and Crime. Now, they have been following this very closely. This was 20 hours ago, so this was from yesterday. Did they go live? This was from 2 days ago. This is 47 minutes ago. No, not what we need. Okay, P. Diddy sits emotionless as Cassie.
Now
Okay.
we are going to check in with...
So let's lock in some, family. What we got? High level your stream, but at work right now. Can we connect on Discord? Hey, I appreciate you tapping in, Smokey. No cap. All right. I appreciate you, bro. All right. So we got a panel of lawyers and people, of course, familiar with this current Diddy situation. Trying to see what it put me. Let's listen to some of the thoughts of today's trial.
Law and Crime's Elizabeth.
Now, actually, this was during trial, so let's check in.
She has been in the courthouse the entire time. Throughout the duration of this case, she's been to every hearing, and she's been there for the trial every day. She has been in the courtroom. So, Elizabeth, I'm really interested to hear from you about what's been going on this morning in the courtroom. Some really compelling testimony. I've been reading online that the jurors have been seeing some photographs from Cassie Ventura's electronic devices that show maybe some bruising and some other things like that from injuries says she suffered at the hands of Sean Combs.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's kind of a majority of what the focus was on today. We saw a lot of exhibits in front of the entire gallery, as well as the jurors, too. A lot of text messages, a lot of photographs, either photographs from the red carpets after, physical abuse that Cassie was talking about during her testimony today. We saw text message exchanges between Cassie and Diddy, who, in some text messages, he's referred to as the name of Pop Pop, and Cassie is referred to as baby girl in these types of text messages. And so that was
so one thing that's gonna be the defense's what they lean on is Cassie was complicit in things going on. One thing we're going to realize is Diddy was not always there during these freak-offs. Now, of course, prosecution will say Diddy still set him up, they set him to happen. It's gonna be, listen, this is gonna be a fight both ways, trust me. From what I'm seeing, I don't see a charge of, I think they overcharged him, right? I don't see a charge of RICO. Now, if we're speaking about, domestic violence, or if we're speaking about, other things, you got him. But as far as a RICO sex trafficking, I'm not sure if they got him on that. Let's continue though.
was kind of a lot of focus of what this morning has been so far. Cassie is still under direct examination by the prosecution. She's being questioned by ASA Emily Johnson. Diddy today appearing in a different color today. He had a cream sweater on, a white undershirt. He had gray slacks on, whereas Cassie, she had a nice, a very gray long dress on. She came in with a black trench coat. Whenever she had walked over to the witness stand, it was kind of the same situation as it was yesterday. She didn't look over to the defense's side. She didn't eyeball Diddy. From what I could see of her walking up to the witness stand, it seems like she was just laser focused on getting there, sitting down. The jury would be brought in afterwards. They would sit down. She would kind of, look at their direction, definitely not looking at the defense's direction. And from what I could see, even during her line of questioning, it seemed that she was just, again, laser focused on just answering the prosecution's questions. She kept her eyes on the prosecutor, again, that being Emily Johnson, while she was asking her questions. A notable thing that I also saw while sitting inside the courtroom today is that, Diddy's support looked a lot different today. Normally we're seeing his entire family members. We're seeing some of the mothers of his children come into that courtroom. And today was a little different. Today it was just Christian Combs, aka King Combs, Justin Combs, Quincy Brown, Janice Combs, Diddy's mother. But notably, none of his daughters were inside that courtroom today. They had been there Monday and Tuesday, but not sure if maybe it was the rain that didn't bring them in today, or maybe it was the fact that they knew, Cassie would be testifying for a couple more days, and just kind of the graphic nature of her testimony. They were just...
So I would probably go with the latter. So, man, listen, family. Things that have been coming out on this jury stand is Diddy would have sex workers urinate in Cassie's mouth. Like, Diddy would have the sex workers, after they finish, he would want the cement from the sex worker rubbed on his nipples.
What?
Bruh, I'm not lying, bruh. Diddy is a freaky ass nigga. Like, Kendrick was rapping about this nigga the whole damn time. No cap. But we're not going backwards right now. Again, family, we've missed some things, so let's just keep going forward. We can tap back in on some of those other things, though.
Kind of like, let's not come today. But that is some big standouts that I definitely noticed while sitting in the gallery today.
This is some really...
So this photo here is Diddy giving a thumbs up. I'm assuming he's giving a thumbs up to, his family that's in the room. Damn, whoever's sitting right here, though, they sitting there like they ain't fucking with Diddy. Damn. At least in this drawing, of course.
Graphic and difficult testimony. And Sean Combs' daughters, I mean, these are young women, teenagers in some instances. And I mean, this has got to be difficult for them to hear. A woman, these are graphic sexual details, physical abuse, drug use. I mean, these are really difficult things to listen to, and this is their father. And this is another woman. So this has to be difficult for them to hear. And I think I was reading the other day, Elizabeth, that they actually walked out at different points during some of the testimony.
So that is true. Yesterday, as Cassie was testifying, all three girls did get up and leave.
Yeah, they walked out specifically during Daniel Phillips' testimony. He is one of the escorts that Cassie had spoken about as far as being involved in.
Now, of course, we see Diddy's mom. We see his son here. We see his daughter here. You got Justin in the back. Yeah.
The freak off, someone that they would use pretty often. And so during that time, especially when it came to, like you had said, Anjanette, just some of those graphic details, sometimes I really kind of get lost in just all the notes that I had because at this point I'm already on notebook 2 from this trial and we're only on day 3. So a lot of stuff kind of going on. But yeah, for the most part, it is a lot of hard details to kind of listen to. Look, I'm older than Diddy's daughters. I am older than Cassie was when she had met Diddy. And even for me, myself, it was very hard to kind of listen to that testimony. I recorded a sidebar yesterday and there was just a moment that I had to take myself because, just to kind of hear from her perspective and kind of, the physical abuse that she says she endured during her relationship with Diddy. Because even as somebody, like myself, who was always on social media, always following pop culture, always kind of invested in, what is going on with celebrity lives, for a long period of time, it seemed like they were this quote unquote picture perfect couple. Every time you would see them, Cassie would appear very happy. Diddy was always on her arm. They were traveling all around the world. They were taking private jets. They were doing, just essentially living the high life. But then hearing this graphic testimony, hearing that, after a red carpet premiere that she would have to go and do a freak off, hearing that, on a birthday where she just wanted to hang out with her friends and do karaoke, things like that, because she was in her early 20s to late 20s when this relationship was going on. And it seems like she, from her perspective, just wanted to live like any normal 20-something where, she would spend time with her boyfriend. She would only be...
Nah, I ain't gonna lie. Diddy did set her ass up for the okie doke. 21 years old, got with her within the first 6 months. Then the first year, started introducing her to freak-offs. Young, green. Diddy turned her ass out. Shame on you, Diddy.
Intimate with her boyfriend, but at her boyfriend's direction, which is something that she had talked about throughout the duration of her testimony, that she participated in these freak-offs because that made Diddy happy. That was something that he fantasized about. That was something that she essentially wanted to do to please him. And so, just hearing through all of that, it is very hard to kind of digest that and unpack it. And as much as people may say, like, I don't understand how Elizabeth can deal and listen to all of this, I don't understand how Cassie can testify to all of this because it is so graphic, and I can only imagine how she feels having to do this in in the general public, having to talk about doing freak-offs when she had UTIs or when she was on her menstrual cycle or that type of sort. It's very...
So these are things that came out yesterday, family. So let's speak on it. Actually, let's go to these tweets. So Diddy would have her doing freak-offs. Nigga, rain, sleet, or snow. It didn't matter if her cycle was on. It didn't matter. No matter what. She wasn't feeling good. He would feed her drugs and put her in the room for these freak-offs. Let's actually look at some of these tweets from yesterday, family, because Diddy, trust me, it gets crazy. Okay, yesterday was the 13th, so let's check out some of this. All right. Okay, so this was yesterday, and the male dancers, of course, not dance. Well, they were strippers, but you know how you might throw the stripper something on the side, like, yo, if you willing to funk, we'll give you such and such and such. That's what happened. So they were strippers, but then they started getting paid to, be sex workers. All right, let's check it out.
Okay, here we are, Matthew Russell Lee, Inner City Press, here at the Southern District of New York Courthouse in Lower Manhattan. Today, Tuesday, May 13th, 2025. It's day 2 for real after the jury selection of the U.S. versus Sean Combs trial. Yesterday, we covered it in great detail. The jury selection in which the juror from the UN made it on, despite his claims to have that his Office of Counterterrorism doesn't work with U.S. law enforcement. It's not credible. But then there were the opening statements, hammering hard. Tenny Geragos did it for the defense, among their 9 lawyers. And she said this is about...
Nigga, Diddy got 9 lawyers lined up. That nigga coming in there with the all-star supreme team of lawyers, nigga. No, he got Big Brian Steele on that motherfucker like he is cooking.
Private personal conduct, and that he may be a terrible person, but it's not a federal RICO charge. The government hammered away, saying you're going to hear from Jane, Cassie, Mia, and then the witnesses began. There was first the LAPD officer who went to the 6th floor among the famous kicking incident, and it turns out that he filmed his own version of the security camera footage and preserved it for... He was going to just show his wife, but he preserved it for eternity. Now, the cross-examination of him was done by Brian Steele, who tried to point out various inconsistencies of things that he hadn't put in his written report at the time, but only remembered later.
Oh, so the guy who written a report we read and the guy who was chatting with Diddy was examined. He was put on the stand. Let's check out what they're saying again. Let's lock in.
Done by Brian Steele, who tried to point out various inconsistencies of things that he hadn't put in his written report at the time, but only remembered later while speaking to the prosecutors. It wasn't a bad cross at all. Coming off his young thug work, score 1 for Brian Steele. Now the next witness was I'm called him male dancer, but his last name was Philip, not with an S. And this is where it got pretty gruesome. Not gruesome. I mean, yes, gruesome. He was invited up and began to perform. But he stopped being able to perform once he saw the violence. He said he was a kind of a compelling character in a way. Now the defense chose to have Xavier Donaldson, who I like and know quite well. I mean, I cover him more than these other lawyers because he's on the CJA panel and represents many criminal defendants here in SDNY as appointed counsel. He's taken a kind of his first line of attack was to try to say that the male escort or exotic dancing firm of Mr. Phillip games SEO, so he must be a fraudster. That's not really going far. He didn't finish his cross, and it's going to begin today. And we're coming up on the courthouse. You're going to see the madness in front. So we'll see what he does. And today is going to be the day of Cassie Ventura. So this is a longer than normal intro, but it's a case that we're covering in great detail. Now, we're also covering the crypto beat, among many others.
All right, so he going into crypto. He started going into something else. Let's get some of these tweets from yesterday, family. Okay, Judge, this is about evidence that is coming into the case. The public has a right to know what is happening at trial. I don't see how we would navigate that concern. There's a potential impact on the jurors of signaling some evidence requires sealing. Combs, Donaldson. You said Mr. Combs was directing, but do you recall meeting the prosecutors on March 28, 2025 and telling them you didn't recall Mr. Combs giving directions about positions? All right, so this is the cross-examination. They're questioning, of course, some of the things he just said. Philip, yes. Donaldson, so he didn't direct? Philip, incorrect. So right now, they're saying that Diddy was directing. Yo, you fuck her. Hey, you fuck him. Hey, him, you lick her. Like the whole nine. Combs, Donaldson, you only saw her inebriated one time. Of course, that's the Combs. Donaldson is the lawyer defending Combs. You only saw her inebriated one time, speaking about Cassie. Philip, of course, the male sex worker. I saw her passed out on the couch. Mr. Combs told me, I don't think it's going to happen today. Donaldson, the time with the other male, you rotated? Philip, not correct. Donaldson, you watched? Yes. Okay. AUSA Today, which of course is the prosecution, I've handed up GXB. Do you recognize it? Oh shit. Ain't GXB like a drug? What is GXB? What is GXB, family? Y'all know? Yo, GG's to my Twitter for like fucking... Let me ask, what is GXB? What? GXB, what does it stand for? What the hell? I thought this was going to be easier. GX dash B? What is GXB? Huh? Nigga, this shit a drug. I know that. What is GXB, nigga? Hydroburic acid, also known as GHB, and acid is a naturally occurring neurotransmitter and a depressant drug. It is a precursor to GAB and gluing in certain brain areas. Okay, so it's a depressant. Okay. You only saw her inebriated. Philip, I saw her passed out on the couch. Mr. Combs told me I didn't think it was going to happen today. The time you and Mel rotated. Not correct. You watched. Yes. Defense. Main prosecution. I've handed up GXB. Do you recognize it? Ventura. Okay, so now we got Cassie on the stand. All right, so now it's Cassie. Ventura. Yes, I reviewed this drive. It has communication and documents pertaining to Mr. Combs. Did you review photos in it? Ventura, yes. What's this photo? Me in 2004 with Carrie Morgan. Who the hell is Carrie Morgan, family? Let's find that out. Who is Carrie Morgan? Okay, Cassie's friend name dropped. So this is one of Cassie's friends. Right? Who's Carrie Morgan? The trial of Sean Diddy Combs continued to reveal disturbing allegations. Cassie mentioned during her testimony that Carrie Morgan, her close friend, at one point she stated Diddy threw a wooden hanger at Morgan once, which gave her a concussion. A hanger gave you a concussion?
This nigga was clearly lying.
But it is time to get paid, so I get it. All right. That nigga had to throw it down. That nigga had to throw that. Then I guess she said it's a wood hanger, but still, nigga, that had to be thrown hard as hell. Then again, I guess it's a rich nigga wood hanger. Maybe that motherfucker big, like, you know, anyway. Okay. Ventura, I didn't know what no could turn into. ASUA, what do you mean? Ventura, making him angry. AUSA, what were you afraid would happen if you said no? Ventura, through time he had blackmail materials. AUSA, what did you give the government? Ventura, laptops. Okay. The court will appoint, wait a minute, what is this? There's something else. Okay. All right. Judge, we'll break here. Ventura. Okay, so right after the break. The freak-offs became a job. There was no time to do anything else but do them to then try to recover. Damn. The freak-offs became a job? There was no time to do anything else but do them, then try to recover. Wow. Did he just turn Cassie into a straight sex worker? Is that what we speaking about? AUSA, how much time in your week would freak-offs take, Ventura? The longest was 4 days. Significant periods of time. So for 4 days straight, he just had her ass oiled up, sex workers coming through fucking. Damn, did he? Shit. Let's keep going. For those asking, here's the complaint and the contraband. Okay. All right, he's speaking about something else there. We trying to stay on the case. He's speaking about some other stuff. He's trying to make a name for himself, which I don't blame him. It's his time right now. I'm not gonna lie. For whatever he's looking for right now, he's pressing it. Okay, we're back. Ventura, I brought it up gently. I didn't want him to just do it with someone else. Were you able to express your concerns? Wait, hold on. It starts here. Okay, I see. That's what I've been doing wrong. I've been reading. Anyway, let's do it. Let's go. Do you recall all of the freak-offs? Ventura, that would be impossible. Damn! Nigga said it would be impossible. Did you want to stop? Yes. I was humiliated. I didn't want those words. Then I couldn't talk to anyone about it. Sobs. See? That's big. Did you tell him you didn't want to? Yes. I brought it up gently. I didn't want him to just do it with someone else. You didn't want him to just do it with someone else. See, that's when things get cloudy for her, because that's still showing affection and love for him and a want to somewhat be there. Because you're saying, I didn't want him to just do it with someone else, meaning freak offs. Were you able to express your concerns to him? Defense, objection, leading the witness. Judge, rephrase. Why would you talk to him gently? Ventura, I didn't want him to be angry. Okay. Let's see. Okay, hold on. Hold on, I'm trying to see why not a cop? I learned this whole situation was not legal. Objection. Hold on. See, I'm missing something. All right, let's just pick up here. Hey, you'll say, why not a cop? Ventura, I learned this whole situation was not legal. Defense. Objection, judge. Jury would disregard that last answer. How did Cash get this, judge? Security, or he brought it himself? So they speak about paying for the freak off. Okay. All right. Okay. So he's responding to some people, which brings us back to today. Now, I missed some of the first day tweets because, again, and you know what? It's cool because I got bookmarked some of the more explosive things that happened day one. Family, hold on. I do got something on my. Here we go. All right. Let's keep going. Again, family, I appreciate you tapping in. If you can, please hit a like and subscribe. It is much appreciated.
Very graphic.
And actually, let's see what else they got. P. Diddy ex sick freak offs drugs use and blocks out testimony. Let's check out some of this.
And Melba, you know, there's a cycle of violence that domestic violence experts often talk about too. I mean, Cassie Ventura has already testified that she was in love with him. So not only was there a business relationship, but it was a romantic relationship as well.
Yeah, and that's of course makes things much more complicated because usually you try to, in the best case circumstances, you want to keep your personal life and your professional life separate. But here's an instance where it's one and the same. And so now you've got the cycle of violence where you have a violent incident, then I would assume, because that's usually how it goes, the perpetrator, Diddy in this case, would be like, I'm so sorry, I didn't mean to do it. Oh my gosh, the flowers, the jewelry, all the other things. I really love you. This is never going to happen again. And of course, the survivor, because they are in love with the person, continues in the relationship. And then there's a period of peace. It could be months, it could be weeks, it could be a day. It all varies based on the relationship. And again, over time, that cycle gets tighter and tighter, where more violent events start to happen in a shorter amount of time versus maybe in the beginning of the relationship where there might be a violent incident and then the next one hypothetically could be a month later. So the cycle is basically the violent event, apologies, a honeymoon period, a build-up, and then another violent incident. And so she's been testifying about how he's brutalized her, but then again, you see them out on the red carpet, you see, you know, her with jewelry and cars and all of these things, which is basically kind of like blood contributions, right? Because he's...
So again, these are going to be things that the defense lean on. So the defense is going to lean on, of course, and, you know, we're just speaking honestly, if he was, you know, sex trafficking you and abusing you, why was you there for 10 years? And she even said it, I loved him. those kind of words are going to weigh against her. Right? Now, it's one thing when she's saying I was in fear for my life, I didn't know what he would do, but it's another thing when she's saying, like we just saw in the tweets, I didn't want him to just go have freak offs with someone else. Whoa, what do you mean? You don't want him to go have freak offs with someone else? Now, again, if we're speaking about a domestic violence relationship, Diddy is guilty. Throw the book at him. If we're speaking about, maybe some other things involving, the use of drugs, Diddy is guilty. But again, they're trying to prove sex trafficking and a RICO. And although Cassie is showing that there were times she didn't want to be there, she's also telling you about times she did want to be there. So again, this is going to be a big knockout fight both ways. And truly, if Diddy gets found guilty, they're already working on the appeal process as far as things that will be brought up. One thing that was brought up is Diddy's jurors. I know at one time it was like 6 or 7 black female jurors were denied. That might come back up in the appeal. We didn't have the exact jurors we wanted. Who knows? But again, trust me, this is going to be a legal fight for the ages. No cap. And Diddy probably would not come out of this. It's not a problem in it. Guilty or not guilty, Diddy is not coming out of this the same. We would never see Diddy the same. Some of the endorsement deals he got before, he would never be able to get again. And never get it twisted. Some people still believe this is all from everything going bad after Diageo. Now, we may be able to throw that theory away because at the same time, Cassie left Diddy and she got with the trainer that she met through Diddy. But this trainer doesn't have the money and access Diddy does. And Cassie, although was doing freak offs, was also living a lavish lifestyle. Brand new cars, clothes, money. You don't have to wait to get in here. You at the finest restaurants. You popping out. You on the front of this. You on the front of that. You can do whatever you want. But the new guy doesn't have any of that. He doesn't have the money. He doesn't have the flashy lifestyle. So, anyway, let's keep going.
He's trying to get her to stay with him and obviously not report and not tell everybody his business. And again, a lot of this we saw in terms of the lawsuit, how quickly.
Yo, Zer, I appreciate that comment, family. No cap. I appreciate you. I appreciate you, family. So if y'all don't know, we are now streaming on Kick as well. All right. We are streaming on Kick as well. And I got a few people in Kick fucking with me. I appreciate you. I'm not going to lie. I appreciate you.
Because he knew what was all going to come out, and he knew once the public started to hear about this was going to be very destructive for him. And of course, the law enforcement investigation really took it over the top. So I think this is going to be very much centered on the battered person's experience and having those experts really explain to the layperson how these types of relationships work. Because again, it defies logic in a lot of ways. Why would you stay with somebody who beats you?
Right.
Well, they don't beat you on the first date because there wouldn't be a second date. This is something where the relationship develops and then the violence.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and
But again, same question asked. Family, if you get into an abusive relationship, at some point, you stand as just toxic. Let's be honest. We know it's not right for anyone to put their hands on you. And if someone does that, you have to respect yourself enough to leave that situation regardless of how that person may feel about you leaving. You can't put someone else's feelings above your own. So if you're being abused and you're still choosing to stay, that is a issue. That is a issue. I'm not going to lie.
Sean Combs's attorneys conceded in opening statements, yes, there was domestic violence in this relationship. They can't deny it. I want to give you a little bit of an update from court. There's been a lot of photographic evidence this morning that they took from Cassie Ventura's phone, and they've been introducing that through Cassie's testimony, showing photographs of Cassie Ventura's injuries to the jury. These were taken from her phone and other devices. In one exchange with the assistant U.S. attorney, they're showing an incident from Toronto. She said she put her hair over her eye to hide a bruise, and then they went to the Hamptons. She said that Sean Combs wanted
Wait, Toronto? She ain't fuck around and go catch up with damn Drizzy, did she?
Shot. W's in the
She
shot.
would have caught up with Drizzy, and that boy put hands on her behind that shit.
a bruise, and then they went to the Hamptons. She said that Sean Combs wanted to then have a freak off in the Hamptons, so they got a hotel and an escort. She said that the escort was named Dave. She took the drug GHB, and she went into a G hole, which sounds like some type of blackout. She woke up and she was naked in the shower, and Dave and Sean were freaking out. I bugged out. It wasn't pretty, is what she said in the testimony. She said, then what? Ventura responded, I spoke to a friend of Sean's, and then we had a freak off. And then they showed another photograph, and it shows her eyebrow that had healed up a little bit a week later, and she has a permanent scar on her eyebrow, she said, from this. And she is shown another photo from the Cannes Film Festival. She said Sean accused her of taking drugs from his boat and threw her off of the boat, but her passport was still on the boat. She was on the red carpet.
He did what? He threw her off of the boat. What happened?
Drugs from his boat and threw her off of the boat, but her passport was...
Nigga, what?
Did this nigga just say she threw her off of the boat?
A little bit a week later, and she has a permanent scar on her eyebrow, she said, from this. And she is shown another photo from the Cannes Film Festival. She said Sean accused her of taking drugs from his boat and threw her off of the boat, but her passport was still on the boat. She was on the red carpet for some time.
Nah, this nigga here, shit. This nigga throwing bitches off a boat. He got a different definition of tripping on a yacht. I'm not gonna lie. Yo, my nigga Cash Cobain dropped a banger tripping on a yacht. This nigga doing GXB on a yacht. This nigga is tweaking. Nah, Diddy. Ain't no way he threw Cassie off a boat. What?
Type of event that night. And she said she attended the movie. They then went to New York. There was a commercial flight that they took. She traded her seat to get away, but he traded to get next to her. What did he show you? Freak off videos. So we've heard about this, him showing videos and then using that as kind of blackmail material, if you will. She said that he played the freak off videos for me on one of his laptops.
GAK, I appreciate you, family.
She said he would release them. So that's some pretty compelling evidence, Tyler. How do you combat that as a defense attorney?
The only way I think this can be combated is shown that it was consensual. They're going to have to paint out Ms. Ventura as somebody who was in this relationship for her own benefit, whether it's her music career, modeling career, and any other perks that she got from being associated with Mr. Combs. That's the only thing I really think that the jury can try to do. And also say, well, look, the defense lawyers could try to do, and say if they were, of course, he was not acting as a good partner would be, but is this trafficking? Was she forced to have sex with different people, or was this something that she engaged in under her own volition? I think that's the defense's best strategy here. But the sheer magnitude of the graphic testimony that we're hearing from Ms. Ventura, I believe, is probably laying a firm foundation in the minds of these jurors, and understanding that there are going to be other victims who will likely give testimony as well. So even if you think these things about Ms. Ventura, you're showing a pattern of conduct, of travel, hiring escorts, using illicit drugs, traveling internationally to fuel some sort of what appears to be a sexual enterprise to feed Mr. Combs' own appetite for these things.
Yo, I'm not gonna lie to you. As I see it currently, family, as I see it currently, Diddy has more going against him than he does for him. Now, a lot is gonna weigh on tomorrow. Tomorrow starts, cross-examination is gonna be big. Damn it, family, I hate I gotta work. I wish I could just lock in from the beginning and give it all to you, Pauls, but we will be live again tomorrow, and we're gonna give you more. We're not in there right now, though. So let's back up what he said, because I want to make sure I get my thoughts straight. All right?
Ventura, I believe, is probably laying a firm foundation in the minds of these jurors, and understanding that there are going to be other victims who will likely give testimony as well. So even if you think these things about Ms. Ventura, you're showing a pattern of conduct, of travel, hiring escorts, using illicit drugs, traveling internationally to fuel some sort of what appears to be a sexual enterprise to feed Mr. Combs' own appetite for these things.
Now, again, I really do. What I was about to say is this: as it currently sits, I would argue that it's probably more going against Diddy than for Diddy right now. You got a powerful man who essentially, the way they're trying to create this story is, he has all the power, all the influence. He uses that to tell this girl to do what he wants, knowing that she is in need of, or not in need of, but is looking for money, looking for a music career, and he's using these things against her. Now, where it gets bad for Diddy is the drugs. When you're starting to introduce, you had her in a drug-induced state at all times. Then she was going into these freak-offs, not wanting to be there. Then, you know, we're seeing these videos of, and hearing testimonies, not only from sex workers telling stories of, you know, people urine. Now, the description of the stories makes it that much worse. Forget about it being sex work. We got Diddy having men pee in Cassie's mouth. That's different. Cassie was getting UTIs and, you know, in the middle of her period, and was still the MVP of the freak off. Like, Diddy didn't give a fuck about none of that. So these things are going to work against Diddy very, very, very badly. Now, again, Diddy's going to make it seem as if, hey, this was my girl. We were into some freaky, kinky shit. That's the way they're going to try to lay it. But when you start introducing drugs into the situation, and it's gonna get tricky, family. Again, this is, as of right now, I would say it's 60-40 to the prosecution, but the cross-examination begins in the morning, and they don't have this all-star team of lawyers for no reason. Diddy, that is. So let's keep going.
Bradford, we have another question from a viewer. This is Shelly Taylor. She asked,
give me 1 second,
all
family.
of the people who covered for him, why are they not charged? And that's a good question.
Sure. The answer is probably because they're going to be witnesses. There's no better way not to be charged in a criminal conspiracy than to cooperate with the government. And that's the difference between us, defense attorneys, and the government. They have such massive power to either grant immunity to witnesses, find witnesses that'll testify against you as long as they don't get charged. There's all these different ways that they can get testimony at an individual. So if I go and I list a bunch of defense attorneys, which defense witnesses that the defense attorneys have already done, I'm sure the prosecution goes out, they send an FBI agent to knock on your door. There's no better way to intimidate you than an FBI agent knocking on your door and saying, hey, I heard you're going to testify for Sean Combs. We'd like to talk to you. And when you tell them, no, I don't want to talk to you, suddenly you are then a target as well to see what your involvement in this investigation could be, to see what you did wrong. So the massive power of the government is always unmatched. Doesn't matter how much money you have. It is always unmatched by a defense attorney, no matter who the defense attorney is. And I say that, because I've been in it. I've experienced it. I've had clients that are high net worth individuals that still have hired investigators, prior FBI agents, all these individuals, and still the power of the government is unmatched in these type of cases because of their ability to send out FBI agents anywhere in the world within an hour's notice to get a statement from someone, to intimidate someone, to make sure that they testify for the government, to give immunity to individuals, to arrest someone that is unwilling to come in and testify. They can have the power of an arrest and then put them in front of the judge and say, hey, this individual said that they might not show up for a trial, judge, and we want to keep them in custody until they do. That's why they have a 99% conviction rate. Luckily for me, I've been able to work within that 1% many, many times. But that being said, that power is unmatched. You don't experience it, you don't understand it until you're sitting at that table with your defense attorneys.
I had to give me a Red
and
Bull,
feeling
fam. I'm trying to
how
wake it
every
up.
single witness that's taking the
Y'all
stand
drink Red
made
Bull,
some
family?
sort of deal or some sort of cooperation, or they're given some sort of
Y'all
immunity
fuck with the bull?
to testify against you. And in this case, where there is a RICO charge, and he's the only guy in the RICO. It's very unusual that you see one individual in a RICO and not even unnamed co-defendants. And that's really the alley.
All right, family. Let's move on for now. I really wish I could give you minute by minute updates on this, but unfortunately, I do have to work. So we got to kick in these evening reviews, but I do want to talk about some other topics as well that we do have going on. So we are going to shift for one moment to speak about another ongoing current story. So, family, DDG is now being accused of assault and battery from Halle Bailey. She's attempting to get custody or full custody of their son, Halo. Let's check this out, family. This is crazy. Now, this is crazy. I ain't gonna lie to you. They coming for my dog, DDG. All right, let's see what's going on. So, DDG was streaming with Aiden Ross when a story broke on him. Let's check out the story. And we're going to actually get back to some of that Diddy stuff, but let's switch gears for one moment and tap in on this DDG story. Now, it's been a little crazy. I'm not going to lie. So, it got wicked when Halle was exposed for being on vacation with Brent Faiyaz. So this is where it starts, okay? We got Halle Bailey uploading. Who knows where they're at? All right, let's see. All right, now you got Halle, jumping in the water, whatnot. Now she also got their son with her. All right. I think she just showed him right here. So you see her with Halo. All right. Just uploading photos.
I work all night, but I feel so.
All right, jumping in the water, whatnot, showing Halo again. But what comes to be found out is that Brent Faiyaz is also on the same trip. All right, now this already has the response from DDG, but before we get to the response, you see Brent Faiyaz posted up on the coconut tree here. You see him land in what they call those things, cabana, what they call that. He kind of laying down, got his bag next to him. Damn, my nigga should have licked his lips before he took this photo. My nigga lips ashy as hell. God damn. And you got DDG tweeting about the situation. Who cares? Life continues. Now, after that, it went up. I'm not going to lie to you. He said, who cares? Life goes on. She said, oh, yeah? Life goes on? I got you, buddy. So, let's find it. Let's see. I think TMZ reported it first, so I may just go over to TMZ. Okay. Now, these are the things he's accused of, but I want to actually find. Okay. Halle Bailey was issued a restraining order after claiming DDG physically attacked her multiple times. Let's go to TMZ first, actually. Because I do want the official story, and then we can read the updates and whatnots. Yeah, family, I appreciate you tapping in with me. Please hit that like and subscribe. Let's keep it going. All right. DDG reacts. No, that's the reaction. We want the initial. Yo. TMZ. DDG. Where we at? Hold on. Damn. DDG TMZ. Maybe I'll just go to real quick and make sure it's on. Okay. Let's see. Where we at, DDG? Damn, boy, TMZ is working. Where we at? Where we at? Where we at? They working this Diddy trial. I get it. Hold up, DDG. Let's type it up. Okay, here we go. Here we go. Halle Bailey claims DDG attacked her multiple times. She gets restraining order. Now, we got the damn photos here. Lord, we got the photos here. Halle Bailey says she's had enough of DDG allegedly abusing her. She filed a police report, and now she wants court-ordered protection from the father of her child. TMZ has learned. Family, I'm not going to lie to you. I don't believe the shit. I'm going to just be dead ass. I don't. Now, this arm grab, look, maybe he did grab her arm, and that's wrong. This actual picture you're trying to paint of DDG being this outright abuser, I just can't go for. Is he wrong for maybe grabbing her arm and holding it too tight? Absolutely. But family, she ain't showing us a black eye. She ain't showing us fucking teeth chipped. She's showing us grabbed arm. Now, I may have spoke too soon. I may have spoke too soon with the chipped tooth, but I said that because it was on my mind. That is part of the story, but there's even controversy about that. So let's keep it going. Here we go. Now, here's the chipped tooth. Like I said, it was just on my mind. That's what brought it up. As she was buckling Halo into the car, she claims DDG grew agitated. Hold on. In docs filed Tuesday in LA, she claims things first got physical in January. They broke up back in October. And Halle says DDG came over to pick up their son Halo, and she tried to start a convo with the rapper about a child visitation schedule. So one thing you got to remember, family, DDG from the beginning has been saying he don't get to see his child. So when she says and family, just lock in with your boy. Trust me, lock in. I got you. Halle says DDG came over to pick up their son, and she tried to start a convo with the rapper. I don't like how they called him the rapper here, the father, about a child visitation schedule. Let's jump over to Twitter real quick. DDG son, that should bring it up. DDG went on a rant about basically not being able to see his son. No cap. Let's see if we can find that rant real quick. DDG. Let's find it real quick, family.
Or every other day, I'm trying to see him. I'm trying to get him to come over, or whatever. I never get him dropped off. I always go pick him up. I live far as shit, so I'm driving hours to go get him, and then I get there and I can't get him.
Now, this is going to be something that is actually in the filed police report. He's speaking about a story where he's going to pick up Halo, and, you know, he drove hours to get him. He gets there, he can't get him. Why can't he get him? Because Halle says her and the son is sick, all right? She claims that her and the son is sick, and with that, you can't pick him up.
I can't see him. My son is sick right now. I want to see my son. I want to hold my son. I want to, you know what I'm saying? I just want to comfort him. I want to put him in the shower, get some steam in his nose so he can feel better. I don't get the chance to do that. I get pinned against the wall, and then everything else is variables on why I can't see my son. You feel me? Like it don't have nothing to do with me working, by the way. I'm not gonna air out her business, but me and her has not been together for a long time. Like, I don't know what it is, but it's been going on for a minute where I just never got on the internet and said nothing. I mean, I might like throw like little subliminals or some shit like that, but it's like, bro, like, I don't want to get on the internet, because at the end of the day, you know, this is something that can really like fuck with him. But I'm really just coming on this motherfucker as just a dad that really don't know what to do at this point.
No, I'm not gonna lie to you, family. I see how niggas end up deadbeat dads. I'ma just say it. I see how niggas end up deadbeat dads. And it don't have nothing to do with a nigga not trying to be a dad. It got things to do with a vindictive BM. DDG is out here living his best life right now, family. On top of the streaming world, literally top 3 hottest streamers right now. You probably got Kai, just Kai, he the GOAT. You got Blackboy Max, super hot right now. You got DDG, super hot right now. He on top of his game, just dropped the album. He doing streams with the baddest biddies you ever seen. The baddies. Man, Halle looking at home. Man, she like, man, what's that nigga on belly, bruh? Hold up. What's the nigga on belly, bruh? Halle at home like this. Hold up.
Mama, make a hole.
Hold up.
Yeah, make a hole, guys.
She at home like this,
Meanwhile,
bruh.
Little did we know, this local big head nigga named Rico started feeling his pocket.
Rico, right here, that's Halle. That's Halle.
This was getting a little thinner since we got there.
Hey,
She like, nigga, is that DDG over there getting 1 million views? Nigga, is everybody on DDG's side? Are they not fucking with me no more? Oh, I don't like that shit.
the fools go right there.
Trouble was right there.
Look at DDG.
Staring right at him.
DDG riding, he chilling.
Yeah, they rolling hard too. They slanging real good, real good.
Look, Halle looking at that shit. Got Brent fire ass behind her. What she say?
Might have to drop. Might have to drop a dime on them niggas.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying?
You gotta stop.
I don't like that shit.
For sure, bro.
I don't like that shit.
That's Halle. Let's get back to it. And so, hold on, no. We was going through this.
I've been dealing with this shit since he's been born, damn near. It's like, I really feel like I'm a fucking nanny at this point. The nanny has been able to have my son more than me. Who her nigga is, who she fucking filming movies with, I don't give a fuck. I care about my son. That's all I care about. Literally, that's all I care about. And when that's taken from me, she know that's the only way I get frustrated. That's the only way she can get under my skin, because I don't care what she does.
I believe that. He literally hit the nail on the head. I'm gonna do what it takes to get under this nigga skin, my nigga Donnie.
You the man. You the man.
Boy, I appreciate you pulling up fucking with y'all. Boy, that's a fact. All right.
This might be a curveball to a lot of people, but me and her has not been together for a long time. A long time. Before that post, we've been not.
Now, don't get that mistaken with the post we just saw with Brent Fias. This is a different post. This is the post where he's speaking about he can't see his son.
Not really together. We probably was on and off for a little bit. That's it. But further than that, we has not been together. This is the only thing that can bother me is with my son. Yeah, know I don't even bring her name up when I get on live. I get on live, I call her the mother of my child. I call her this and that, nothing but be respectful. I'm not doing that no more. I'm not finna sit here and get bullied behind closed doors over my son and I can't see him. Just not doing it, bro. But now I understand. Like I always said a little shit on the internet like, oh, I don't see how dads can't be in they son life and this and that. it be the mom, bro. It don't even be the dads for real. Like,
yeah,
the dads want to be there, but if the mom ain't don't want you to be there, you can't be there.
That's a fact. That's the bottom line, and that's what DDG is currently going through. She is using their son, not her son, their son against him. He said he couldn't take his son out of state, and he can't keep him for longer than 2 days. Which, at this point, he really should go to court and fight for actual visitation. It will probably come with him being put on child support or something like that, but he'll get the accurate amount of time where he can freely be with his son with no issues. But now Halle has struck first. Before DDG could get her in court and attempt to fight the battle the legal way, she has now gotten a restraining order put against DDG, which is crazy. I'm not gonna lie, this is crazy. No one sees DDG as an abuser. I know I don't. Hold on. We got more from this. Let's see here. Now, let's check out some things that's happened. So, the chip tooth. Now, this is hearsay, she say. He say, she say. We cannot verify this, okay? But
to drive you a little.
Now they're saying that this chip tooth is actually Chloe. Now, again, family, take this with a grain of salt. Take it with a grain of salt. It's the internet. They're attempting to say it's Chloe. Let's actually move away from that. Let's try to stay more fact-based. Now, here's one thing that is fact-based. She leaked text messages, and let's go to them, actually. Let's go to the text messages she leaked in this DDG situation. Hold up. Let me see. Halle text messages. Okay, here we go. Now, I want to find we're not going to even worry about that. All right, we ain't going to worry about the caption because, of course, the internet is already creating their narrative. So, if they don't like her, they're not going to like her. They don't want to believe her. But we're going to try to be fair and objective. But this is strange, okay? Now, Halle allegedly leaks the text messages that DDG has been sending, okay? Let's start here. He sends her the post of her, and I think it was St. Lucia with Brent Fayaz and their son. Okay. Now, you got DDG saying, this foul, bet. All right. Then he seems to send another one, Academics TV. He says, you think you hurt my feelings when you're really just ruining your own image. This is a terrible look. Makes you look disgusting and evil. Enjoy your vacation. Happy Mother's Day. But just have the same energy when it's my turn to have him. I'm on that same time. Now, this is, a little petty. I'm going to be honest. This text message is a little petty and unnecessary. Now, in one instance, we're saying we're okay with her moving on and we're past her. But then you texting her, if these text messages are real, saying you think you hurt my feelings when you're really just ruining your own image. This is a terrible look. Makes you look disgusting and evil. Now, I don't think this makes her look disgusting and evil, but I will say my thought about her, it changed a long time ago. But it has nothing to do with this. It changed on her and Chloe. For me, they're industry plants. They are. They were planted. They were brought in by Beyonce. Beyonce gave them the amazing look. Forever, they were like just known as Beyonce signed these girls or Beyonce whatever with these girls. It was just that name attachment. But they have done nothing in the music field for me to say I'm a fan of either one of them. Now, I know Halle did the Little Mermaid movie. That is amazing. Shouts out to her. It's not a movie I've seen, but, basically what I'm saying is my thoughts about them changed when I realized that they weren't climbing to certain heights at a certain pace. Now, that might be a lot of pressure, but, you know, when you're coming behind a name like Beyonce, you expect to see a different type of growth. I didn't see that growth from neither one of them. Chloe, she does her thing with some shows. Halle does her things with some movies, acting. Initially, I thought they both were in the music, but anyway. I say all that to say my thoughts and outlook changed a long time ago about these girls, not because of this, as DDG is saying. And it's petty. Enjoy your vacation. Happy Mother's Day. But just have that same energy when it's my turn to have them. Like, you know, that's petty. That's kind of petty. Basically, you saying you're looking to get back. Like, let me be on some get back type of time. And when, in actuality, you could have let this go, passed on, got them, and did your thing, and just, it would have just been that. But instead, you trying to, you know, cause a reaction out of her by even sending her this, and instead of getting a reaction, you got a damn case. Damn. My nigga DDG, I'm still rolling with you though. But here's the thing though, family. Now let's speak about why people are saying this could be some cap. Alright? People are saying this could be some cap because of this. Family, do you notice this says tomorrow?
What?
And it's in military timing. How many of you niggas got y'all phones in military timing? I'll wait. Nigga. Even niggas who get home out the military don't keep that shit in military timing. No cap. So the text message says tomorrow, 2027. I don't know how that works. I don't know how that works. That has been brought into question. Is this a fake text message? Is it faked? That's been brought into question. I do want to answer for that, but let's continue. Now again, one thing we do know is she stated this happened in January, but now we're currently in May, and we're now just getting the we're just now getting this case. Now, a lot of this is just people reacting. But I will say, academics, the GOAT, literally predicted this exact situation would happen. Now, this is what happened. After DDG came out and spoke about not being able to see his son, academics spoke on it. Let's check it out.
I see you trying to defend her. That's a good move, by the way, but let me tell you what happens next. If she can't paint you as a deadbeat dad, which you're not, I'm going to warn you this. The next step is for her to say you were abusive. I want to be...
Damn. Now, they sped it up, but he literally hit the nail on the head. He is not being painted as a deadbeat dad. Matter of fact, every time we see DDG, he begging to be with his son. He put his son on stream. We saw so many amazing viral clips of him with his son. It was a beautiful thing to see when that relationship was just there. But, of course, you couldn't paint him as a deadbeat dad. So, next, you get the charge of abuse.
I see you trying to defend her. That's a good move, by the way, but let me tell you what happens next. If she can't paint you as a deadbeat dad, which you're not, I'm going to warn you this. The next step is for her to say you were abusive. I want to be very clear. And she just tried, yo, why is my baby dad doing that? And I don't approve of it. And nobody bit. And unless you about to get back with her and go into whatever regime she wants you to get down with, her next attempt will not be as fluky. Women like this don't stop. You've dodged this one, but you got to wait for the bigger one she about to do. Somebody said, Halle not motherfucking evil? You fucking stupid as hell, nigga. She would have never posted this nigga if she wasn't on that type of topic. Women are only loyal to their emotions. I see you trying to defend her. That's good.
So what did she post? Hi, everyone. Okay, so now this is what happened. DDG brought Halo on Kai Cenat stream. Now, when it happened, she stated, "Hi everyone, just so you know, I'm out of town and I don't approve of my baby being on the stream tonight. I wasn't told or notified and am extremely upset to have my baby in front of millions of people. I'm his mother and protector and saddened that I wasn't notified, especially when I am out of town." Now, she's speaking as if it is not DDG's son as well, right? She's speaking as if this is her son only, and she has all rights and say about every step, breath he makes, right? Now, what ended up happening is Halle got backlash of death, okay? Backlash from hell. Everyone said, yo, Halle, you tripping, you know, they're just on stream. He's having an amazing time. He's not doing anything weird. you know, Kaz, like everyone is on DDG's side. So what ends up happening is Halle apologizes. I can probably find that real quick. Halle apologizes. Let me see. Halle apologizes. Let me see. Halle apologizes. Kai. That should get it. That should get it. Where's it at? Yeah. Yo, family, how y'all evening going, man? How's your evening going? I know they ain't. Okay, here we go. Now we got it. Now, so you got Halle posting again. And now, after the internet has essentially, you know, come for, she states this. Yesterday, maybe I did overreact and shouldn't have brought it here. I know that Halo is always safe with his dad. I just don't like finding out the rest of the world what my baby is doing. Thank you, Kai, for the gifts for Halo. Now, do you think DDG was happy to find out his son was in St. Lucia with damn Brent Fayez? Like, nigga, you talking about your son being on Kai's stream. Nigga, you had your son with a whole new man out of town. Nigga, what are we talking about here, bruh? Like, are we, what are we talking about, bruh? This shit ain't right, bruh. Nah. I don't like it. I don't like it at all. Let's see here. Now, Halle has gotten this amazing image off for a long time. But she got videos where she tried to tell you who the hell she is. And family, I ain't gonna lie to you. When a motherfucker show you who they is, man, just damn believe them. That was Cassie's problem. Diddy showed her, listen, I'm a freaky ass nigga into some freaky ass shit. You want to be here? Her ass stayed for 10 years. She should have got the fuck from out of Dodge early. Should have been like, yo, this nigga on some weird shit. I'm the fuck up out of here. I'm gone. She stuck around. Halle, listen, they put this amazing image on her. Man, this bitch ratchet as hell. Hold up.
If I think I have anxious attachment style, everybody knows I'm an Aries, I'm a fire sign. I get very passionate. I seem nice online and innocent and everything, but you guys do not know. I will go to battle with my yelling, with my words, everything. I'm good at that, right? And if I gotta yell or check anyone, that's what I gotta do. That's just the way I be.
What the hell? Yo, my nigga Donnie, why my shit ain't popping up on screen? I just realized that. Evil world we live in, that's a fact. You see what it is? Halle using the media to get her way, that's a fact. I dare to prove my baby. Yes, I got my shit in military time. Oh, for real? Oh, you a vet, man. Salute to you. Donnie, salute. I was capped. Most niggas in the military vets, y'all do got y'all shit. I was capped. I was capped. I was capped. Look, she told you.
Seem nice online and innocent and everything, but you guys do not know. I will go to battle with my yelling, with my words, everything. I'm good at that, right? And if I gotta yell or check anyone, that's what I gotta do. That's just the way I be.
Clap back or sit back. I always have to choose clap back. I'm sorry. I'm a very kind person.
Nah, this don't mean nothing.
I'm an Aries. Sorry.
Never have I ever started drama with my boyfriend for no reason.
Put it down.
Nah, not Chloe pointing her out. Not Chloe pointing her out.
For no reason.
Never have I ever started drama with my boyfriend for no reason. The look on her face gave it all that.
Never have I ever
Look at
started
the
drama
just look at the look on her face.
with my boyfriend for no reason.
Yo, that puckered lip, nigga, it tells the whole story.
Sorry.
Never have I ever started drama with my boyfriend for no reason.
Shit.
Put it down.
I've, you know.
I'm territorial. I'm a jealous girlfriend. I'm a territorial girlfriend. Where you go, who are you with? That's me. I am nosy, number one. Number two, I like drama. I just don't like drama in my life, but I love watching it in other people's. So, I love my baby so much. I need him with me in order to function, in order to be able to do the scenes and everything. So, he's been out here with me majority of the time. But this week, and I go home on the weekends. But this week, I had a lighter week, and I'm going home tomorrow. So I got here last night, and I'm going home tomorrow. So I was like, let me try to test myself and see if I can be without him for a day and leave him, let him and his daddy have daddy and son time. And you guys, I miss him so much. But everybody knows Moo is the best daddy to him. But I miss him so much. Yesterday on the plane, I was crying, and I went to you know, the little airport stores. I bought a teddy bear, and I was like clutching it to my chest. I bought a Build-A-Bear and a blanket, and I was clutching it to my chest, literally on the plane last night, crying to not feel like miserable without him. I love him so much, guys. I don't know how this is possible. Anyway.
Now, I think that's a testament to her love for her son at the end. And, you know, women go through, you know, I don't know, postpartum shit like that. Listen, I don't like the look she's trying to put on DDG. It's like you're throwing your baby father under the bus at the expense of people looking at you a different way. Okay. The different way they're looking at you is accurate. And instead of you looking at yourself and saying, maybe I have some things to change, you doubled down and tried to make DDG look like an abuser. We don't see it. I'm sorry. We don't believe you. You need more people. It's a fact. I have not seen one person besides your internet trolls who are taking the side of Halle, because we all just saw DDG. First of all, when he was with you, it was great. He got all the bow and arrows then of being with you. People thought he was a bum, but he got you, so people were judging him. He was getting all kind of crazy hate. Then y'all split. But during that time, he starts consistently streaming, and he goes up to another plateau. During those streams, we see DDG with his son. We see all kind of amazing things. It's always great. All of a sudden, DDG takes off. He's the new DDG we see today. And now that the roles have reversed somewhat, when you were initially the hottest thing and he was just the side piece, and now he's the hottest thing and you just the side piece, you smoking his character. And I don't like it. You smoking his character, but when he was playing side fiddle to you, he did everything to keep that mermaid image perfect for you. He did everything to keep that mermaid image perfect for you. So, yo, woman like this, bro, literally is telling you and showing you exactly who she is. Don't let that damn cute face fool you, bruh. This woman is vindictive as a fuck. She has now filed a restraining order against DDG, nigga. What are we talking about? What? What my nigga D said. Pause. You feel me, twin? Nah, this shit crazy. No accountability when they use astrology signs for an excuse. That's a fact. Yo, if you ever with a girl and the girl say, she start asking you what sign you is, nigga, just know the sex is gonna be fire, but after that, get out. Listen, never gonna lie. Astrology pussy, some of the best pussy you gonna have. If you get with a chick, and I'm gonna tell you how you know you got a true astrology chick, alright? She ain't gonna just ask you what's your sign. She gonna ask you what time you was born. She wanna know if it's day or night. She wanna know what's like, nigga, I was dating this girl, bruh. And I still didn't get the full story because we started fucking. The sex was just so fire. I said, no, we gotta fuck now. But it was like, yo, what's your sign? I'm like, yo, I'm a Cancer. She was like, well, okay, that's your like monthly type shit, but what time were you born? Because depending on what time you was born depends on the moon. And I was like, oh, bitch, get naked. Damn. Yeah. Yeah. Anyway, always the energy bitches and shit like that. They gon' rock. They got it. Anyway, a bitch like this right here, she probably a fucking stale fish in the motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? She think just because you fucking her, that's the privilege. Fuck that. Hell no. Bitch. Listen, I ain't no Diddy, but listen. Anyway. Anyway. So, DDG, let's get some more of this though. We ain't done with this. We got a little more on this. All right. Now you got people reacting to it. We good on that for now. We want to see DDG's reaction. So this happened actually while DDG was streaming. Now, the crazy part about it is, bro had no. This wasn't the time he had 92. He was with Aiden. So him and Aiden were having a hell of a stream when the accusations hit. Now, DDG doing a collab stream here with Aiden Rose, and the news breaks on TMZ.
Alright, I'm looking at her story now.
Nigga, you hear phones going off and all that shit, nigga. You know what time it is.
Oh, fuck. Fuck all that. Don't even.
That can't even be real.
Fuck all that, bro. Fuck all that.
But that can't even be real.
But,
that's the thing.
But don't even. But you remember we talked about last night? Fuck all that. Let me say something. It's not.
No, I'm saying, but I don't know.
Yo,
nigga, I ain't gonna lie, Aiden, you cool and shit, nigga. I don't need you speaking right now, either, nigga. Don't you shut your ass up too.
Yo, stop these fake allegations. This is a father. This is a real person. It's a good human being.
Even, but I don't.
But hey, bro, we on stream, bro.
Come on, like I gotta be.
Just don't do it, bro. Come here. Fuck all that. That's my real friend. We're not gonna do no false shit to ruin this stream. He's a great human being. He does a lot for a lot of people. He's a man. He's a father, and we're gonna respect him. We're gonna love him. WDDG, and fuck anyone who got anything to say.
Fuck the.
Oh shit! I thought you was gonna say fuck your baby mama. Oh shit! Aiden, relax. I thought he was gonna say fuck Haley.
WDDG, and fuck anyone who got anything to say.
Fuck the fake narratives, my nigga. Stop the bullshit. We don't want to hear that shit, bro. That shit is fake.
Listen to R. Kelly.
Listen to who?
Nigga, what?
What you say at the end?
It is fake.
Listen to R. Kelly.
All right, Aiden, you geeking. Now, DDG has spoken about this situation. Let's see here. My dog DDG. Let's see what DDG had to say about this situation. All right. That nigga Soulja Boy spoke on it too, but hold up.
But I'm going for my regular cleaning, and also because I chipped my tooth, and I'm just.
So obviously it wasn't. You remember when they tried to say that was Chloe who chipped her tooth? Obviously it wasn't, family. You can't believe the internet narrative. She's literally showing it.
Guys, like
Wait a minute. What the hell? Okay.
I've always been a little scared of the dentist, but I'm going for my regular cleaning, and also because I.
Nah, she definitely got a chip tooth for Showski. Now, is she saying DDG slammed her shit into the fucking horn, the car shit, and it made her chip her tooth? Damn.
I chipped my tooth, and I'm just a little nervous. Guys, like.
Okay. Let's find DDG response. Because he has. He has indeed responded. Also, Soulja Boy came at DDG like, what the fuck? That nigga Soulja Boy, man. He gonna tap in on some shit. I ain't gonna lie to you. It's a few more stories I want to hit. Hold on. DDG, let me just type it in. DDG response. DDG response. Hold on, I gotta be careful. Let me see here. Yo, the critic. I appreciate you subscribing, family. No cap, I appreciate you. That's love, my boy. Yo, where is DDG's response at? Okay, here we go. Boom. This is today. This is what DDG has to say about this situation. I'm chilling, by the way. I have no worries. Streaming later on. No days off. My dog stand focused. I fuck with it. I fuck with it. Stay locked in, DDG. Do not let the bullshit, you know what I mean? Don't let it happen. Fight the charges the right way. Keep it off the internet. And, man, go get your son, bruh. Because they playing with your name, bruh. Nah, you got to break this look. I ain't going to lie to you, DDG. Nigga, you going to have to be the one to kill this weak-ass image she got. No cap. Nigga, you started it already. You letting us know she's an abusive mother. All right, we get it. Now you got to take it to the next level because you let her shoot before you could. You feel me? You don't let her get her shit off before you can get your shit off. I ain't gonna lie to you. All right, hold up. Let's see here. Cha. Okay, a few stories. We do want to tap in, but let's see. Okay, hold up. Now, this is bro's best friend. This is DDG's best friend, Baby Rich. Now, he reacts to the allegations, and he tells us some shit that we may have not ever thought. All right? Now, if you watch DDG, you've seen this light-skinned kind of Chris Brown dyed version looking nigga always around him. Let's check it out.
Halle Bailey claims DDG attacked her. So listen, man. I've been around before while they got into it. I've been around before while they got into it. And like I said before, I don't get into family issues. I stayed the fuck out the way. I done seen them get into it before. And let me put it like this. I'm gonna put it like this. As a man, matter of fact, let me go to the hold on, wait. Have you ever been in a situation where a woman is just whooping the matter of fact, fuck that. Let's go ahead and get into it. Halle was beating the fuck out of this nigga.
Nigga, what? Halle was doing what? Halle was doing what?
Where a woman is just whooping the matter of fact, fuck that. Let's go ahead and get into it. Halle was beating the fuck out of this nigga. I'm talking about swinging on this nigga. I'm talking about piecing this nigga up. Ha. You
damn. Nah, Halle got them Holyfields. Halle letting them Floyds go. Shit.
So
letting them haymakers rain.
Are you just, as a nigga, are you just gonna sit there and just hands behind your back? No. Like, what are you gonna do? Stop, hey. Stop. Hey, stop. Stop, Rosano. Hey, stop.
So he's saying basically, Halle was getting her shit off, getting her 1-2s and getting her shit off. You know what I'm saying? And DDG just grabbed the arms like, yo, chill. You feel me? Probably gave a little shake or two. You know how you got to do. You grab the arms tight, let her know you a man. You feel me? What the fuck you doing? You feel me? Like, you already know.
Stop.
Yo, we think Halle was putting them ha-has on this nigga though? This nigga, Soldier. You a bitch ass nigga for putting your hands on Halle, little nigga. Yo, DDG, if I catch you, nigga, I'm beating the fuck out of you, nigga.
Do the knowledge, nigga.
Oh, shit. Damn. Yo, Soldier Boy, chill, bro. Chill. Come on, big Soldier. So, Baby Rich says DDG was getting his ass beat by Halle. Halle say DDG was beating her ass. Man, family. Do we got anything else we want to hit on this DDG for now? This is all the things that Halle is accusing DDG of. Halle Bailey accuses DDG of physical abuse, breaking into her home, sending her a photo from her bed to imply cheating, verbally abusing her, destroying her Ring camera, throwing her phone out of his car, inciting fans against her during live streams, creating a threatening environment around their son. Oh, yeah, family. See, yeah, I guess we kind of broke it down already, but in the actual restraining order, which I really wouldn't mind picking up, but we don't want to overbeat this motherfucker. Pause. I guess that's a bad choice of words too with what we're talking about. Yeah, here we go. I ain't even finished reading this. I got off into my own shit. Let me just finish this and we'll move on to one more topic that I definitely want to hit this evening, the Tory Lanez situation. I got to give you the update on that because it's crazy what's going on with Tory. All right. So let's finish this up. Once they take care of the baby, she left hysterical and with, hold on, let me go up again. Okay, this is where I finished it. Pause. Yo, I can't even. After the shit I've been reading and hearing from Diddy, the word finishing just, I don't even want it coming out of my mouth. Pause again for coming out of, all right. Halle says DDG came over to pick up their son, Halo, and she tried to start a convo with the rapper about a child visitation schedule. Yes, that's what got us off of the course. We pulled up the video of DDG actually saying where he couldn't see his son whenever he wanted to, and as he was picking up his son here, she started trying to ask him about a child visitation schedule. Now, family, this is the clean way of her saying, nigga, you need to have my son back by 12 a.m. in the morning, nigga. No cap. 12 noon, nigga. 12 noon, I mean. Nigga, at 12 noon, my son need to be right back here, nigga. She says Halle says DDG came to pick up their son and she tried to start a convo about a child visitation schedule. No, the fuck she didn't. He came over to pick up the son. The first thing she said was, when you gonna have this nigga back? That's what this is. That nigga said, as she was buckling Halo into the car seat, she claims DDG grew agitated and repeatedly said, get out of my car, bitch. Halo says the baby was crying and she got nervous about DDG leaving with him in such an agitated state. So you agitate the nigga, then you say, well, he shouldn't leave because he's super agitated, but you put him in the state. That's when they allegedly started wrestling. Now, wait a minute. He was just in the driver's seat, about to pull off, waiting for you to finish buckling the nigga up. Was he? Maybe he wasn't in the, okay. And she was buckling Halo. Okay. Then that's when they allegedly started wrestling with DDG pulling her hair, slamming her face on his steering wheel, and chipping her tooth. Halle says she was in pain and crying, and although she stopped the fighting, she was still worried about Halo. So she remained in the car for the ride over to DDG's house, where she told his family what happened. Now, family, I'm not going to say you can't get your head slammed into a steering wheel and chip your tooth without any bruising on the face, maybe a fat lip, maybe a cut lip from your tooth slamming. Like, I'm not going to say it has to be that, but I would assume just maybe we get a bruise on the face with that, maybe a swelling on the face with that. Like, am I wrong? Like, for it just to be a chipped tooth and you slam the face into the steering wheel, family, I'm not gonna lie. Enamels can get chipped very easily. I remember kissing a girl and we went in for the kiss awkward, our teeth hit and I chipped her tooth. No cap. Literally just like this. So when she's saying he slammed her face into her steering wheel and chipped her tooth, do we have visual? Now, if we got visual of it, GG's, you cooked, my nigga. You cooked. And we still gonna stand with you, but that's gonna look a little different. I ain't gonna lie to you, twin. If you slamming the head into the shit, we gonna have to stand a little weight. We don't know, bro. You slammed this shit into the steering wheel. I don't believe it, though. We'll see. Once they told her they'd take care of the baby, she left hysterical and with bruises on her arms to go along with her chipped tooth. Now, she got bruises on her arm from assuming him grabbing her. Now, again, if he is grabbing her, it probably is to stop her from smacking the shit out of him. From beating the shit out of him. Why else do you grab a girl's arms? Why else? You don't just, while y'all arguing, just grab her arms in the middle of it just to snatch her up. She attached photos of her alleged injuries and her request for a restraining order. She also alleges DDG creeped her out in March. When he showed up at her home, entered without permission, went in her bedroom and texted a pic of Haley's empty bed to her, along with the text, "Now I know what you've been on, LOL." Now that is some weird shit. That is a little creepy. I'm not gonna lie to you. Haley says she interpreted the text as DDG accusing her of having sex with other people. Now, that's interpretation. 4 days later, she claims he really exploded when he came back to her house. Haley told him she and the baby were sick and she didn't want Halo to leave home. And she claims that's when he got verbally abusive, smashed her Ring camera, and ran away with Haley's phone. Now, again, she's only going to be telling one side of the story. She's not telling the side of the story where he's also saying, I drove hours to come pick up my son. If he was sick, maybe, I'm assuming you could have told him ahead of time before he traveled hours to get him. But no, you know what you did? You allowed him to travel hours to pick up his son for him to get there, and you tell him you can't pick up your son. You wasted my time, and you could have told me this before, and he may have not even believed her, if I'm being honest. No cap. Soulja Boy cloud chasing, that's a fact. This whole story is some BS game. These pictures was probably taken in random situations when they got physical and made up the whole story. I agree. Mind you, this supposedly all happened in January. That's a fact. That's why I say, yo, Act is a Nostradamus. The motherfucker called it literally on the head. He said, if she can't make you look like a deadbeat dad, she's gonna make you look like an abuser. That's exactly what happened. No one has ever seen DDG this way. No one has ever put this kind of thing on his jacket, his name, and all of a sudden, we got this. And again, I don't like it at all. I don't like it at all. Okay, for Haley, though, the final straw came just last week when she was vacationing with Halo in St. Lucia. She says DDG texted her links to social media posts claiming she was on the island with singer Brent Faiyaz, which she was. Haley replied, "Not with any man out here. I wouldn't do that. I have Halo. Please let me enjoy my Mother's Day in peace. I hope you're okay and feel better soon." Oh, she gaslit the shit out of him. Woo! From a gaslighting nigga to another gaslighting bitch. Oh, damn. Now that's a gaslight from hell. When you literally know your BM is with another nigga, but she hits you with some shit, not with any man out here. I wouldn't do that. I have Halo. Please let me enjoy my Mother's Day in peace. I hope you're okay and feel better soon. Oh, bitch. Okay. I see what we doing. The judge granted Haley a domestic violence restraining order, requiring DDG to stay 100 yards away. Then, you know, then I ain't gonna even lie. The judge don't even roll with this shit. 100 yards, nigga, that's a football field, bruh. I can see y'all right over there. I just can't go over there. Okay. And gave her permission to take nearly 18-month-old Haley to Italy, where she'd be filming a movie for 2 months. And that's really where all this shit stemmed from. She's gonna be in Italy. She ain't trying to do the, you know, you can keep him or have him here. None of that shit. Listen, I'm going to have this nigga for the next 2 months solid. You ain't seeing him. Yo, I ain't going to lie, man. Haley on some whole shit. Fuck that. Haley on some whole shit. That's a fact. DDG also has to stop posting or streaming about her and their child. Haley claims her ex has been whipping his fans into a frenzy by trashing her when he live streams. Yo, she is now when Haley does the exact same thing, it's cool though. She uses her women fan base to go against him. Yo, man, this shit is not right, bruh. I don't like to see my nigga DDG getting done like that, bruh. You know what I'm saying? Like, my nigga always just been a YouTubing ass nigga, old Twitch streaming ass nigga, old make a song hearing ass nigga. Now you trying to make my nigga something else, nigga. I don't buy, nigga. I ain't gonna cap to you. I don't buy it. I ain't buying this shit. It's hella ego driven. That's a fact, Twinsky. The fuck? This is crazy, bruh. So DDG says he's streaming today. I wonder if he's streaming right now. Y'all want to see? Y'all want to see if DDG's streaming real quick? Let's see. Oh, no, I got to sign in GG's. I got to sign in GG's. So, wait. Let me look on this computer real quick. Y'all know I got another computer next to this one. I wonder if DDG is streaming right now. Well, he currently is not streaming, but okay, he'll probably be on later. Cool. All right, let's get into this Tory Lanez situation, family. I'm not going to lie to you. Prayers up for Tory Lanez. Yesterday morning, Tory Lanez was allegedly stabbed 14 times while currently in prison, okay? 7 of these stabbings, which we're going to pull up, if I'm not mistaken, were in his back. He had another 4 to his abdominal and 2 to his face. Does that equal 7? 4, 2, no, that's 13. We're going to pull up because I'm missing something. All right, so Tory Lanez was attacked in prison and stabbed 14 times. Now, initially when we got the story, it was brought out like Tory Lanez was stabbed in prison. Now, initially the story was not giving us the proper attention it deserved. It made it seem as if, you know, he did get shanked. God, that's bad, but it was okay. Like maybe one shanking, everything kept moving. As the story continued to break, we find out this man was stabbed 14 times and was literally in critical condition at some points. Like both his lungs collapsed. He had to be airlifted via helicopter to the nearest hospital because the medical facility that's in the prison couldn't deal with the level of injury Tory Lanez had sustained. Okay, I think we'll run across that first, him being airlifted. Let's check that out. They have identified the person responsible for the stabbing, but let's check this out. So
the next came out and bust on the boy Tory. You know, they airlifted him and all that, so you know.
So now there's speculation about why he was stabbed. We'll save that for now. This is Tory Lanez being brought out the helicopter or put into the helicopter. I can't tell. I think he just got out the helicopter and was airlifted literally to the hospital via helicopter. Okay. Again, 14 stabbings. And we're going to get the identification of where they were, okay?
So you know, that's gonna respond when we come off this shit. We're gonna respond.
Now, there's a rumor, which again, family, we can substantiate this currently, but there's a rumor going around that there is a race war in the prison, okay? Like Mexicans versus blacks. And Tory was by himself and essentially got caught lacking, okay?
Let's get them all that, so you know. That's gonna respond when we come off this shit. We're gonna respond the right way to that.
They laid the yard down.
No, it happened in the building.
What was it over? It was over some. What he had did he have a gambling debt or something?
Now, family, I don't want us to get too caught up in the speculation, man. You know, rumors start that way. Maybe it was a gang, you know, maybe it is a race war, but we really just don't know. We don't know. We have no way of knowing, and it would never really be a factual base unless Tory Lanez himself comes out and tells us what happened. Now, this is the airlifted procedure, and from that, we get this. This was actually posted on Tory Lanez's page. You see here, Tory Lanez, his story. But obviously, Tory wasn't typing it because he's speaking in third party. Tory was stabbed 14 times, including 7 wounds to his back, 4 to his torso, 2 to the back of his head, and 1 to the side of his face. Oh, wow. Both of his lungs collapsed, and he was placed on a breathing apparatus. He is now breathing on his own. Despite being in pain, he is talking normally in good spirits and deeply thankful to God that he is pulling through. He also wants to thank everyone for their continued prayers and support. Now, of course, we're very, very happy that Tory is doing well, but what a traumatic situation to go through. Of course, a traumatic situation with some believing he shouldn't be there in the first place. Even with today, the security guard. Now, family, do you remember during the trial, they were looking for the security guard, right? There was 4 people in the car. You had Tori, you had Megan, you had Megan's friend. What was the girl's name? The girl, her friend, Kelsey, and you had the driver / security here. Now, when it was time to testify, the security guard could not be found. Now, after what's happened, we get a statement from him. Let's listen together, family, because I haven't even listened to this entire statement. Let's check it out.
Not long ago, Unite the People was approached by a gentleman named Bradley James. Mr. James informed us he was working as the bodyguard and driver.
Okay, I'm sorry. This is not the bodyguard. Excuse me. This is not the bodyguard. This is a representative who's spoken to the bodyguard.
For Miss Kelsey Harris during Mr. Peterson's trial. As such, he was in close proximity and he had privy to conversations she was having with her husband and others. Mr. James informed us he was not under a non-disclosure agreement or a confidentiality agreement and was free to speak with Unite the People, and that he was doing it because his conscience would not let him not speak and leave a man in prison for something he did not do. Mr. James informed Unite the People that he was witness to the conversation Miss Harris had where she stated she had the gun, she fired it 3 times, Mr. Peterson grabbed her arm and knocked it down, and the gun fired 2 more times.
Nigga, what?
What the fuck?
And that he was doing it because his conscience would not let him not speak and leave a man in prison for something he did not do.
So now the security guard is speaking, stating his conscience won't let him leave a man in prison for something he would not do. So many thoughts come to mind when I hear that. The first thought that comes to mind is that Rock Nation, he finally shook the fear. Rock Nation put the fear of God in him. He finally got over that. But now, when the dust is settled, the damage is done, the man is convicted, looking at 10 years. But he does have appeals coming up. He does have an appeal. Now we're hearing this news.
Mr. James informed Unite the People that he was witness to the conversation Miss Harris had where she stated she had the gun, she fired it 3 times, Mr. Peterson grabbed her arm and knocked it down, and the gun fired 2 more times. In essence, Mr. Peterson never shot anybody, never even touched that gun.
Wow.
Never fired the gun.
Wow.
This statement aligns with the statement of the only non-party witness to the case, Mr. Sean Kelly, who at trial testified he saw 2 women fighting, 2 men break up the fight, 1 man grabbed the other one's arm. Gunshots came from the passenger side. Passenger side is where Miss Harris was sitting. This further iterates that Mr. Peterson did not shoot Miss Pete, did not shoot at Miss Pete, or did not assault Miss Pete. It's just another irregularity in a list of irregularities in this case. For example, there were 3 potential suspects in the car that night, and yet the only DNA sample was taken of Mr. Peterson, even though unknown DNA was found on the gun. Why was...
Nah, they really railroaded this nigga, I ain't gonna lie.
Do the knowledge, nigga. Wasn't Miss Harris's DNA taken? Or was it taken and the information simply never given to the defense? Why wasn't the driver of the car, Mr. Jaquan Smith's DNA taken? Or was it taken and again, simply not given to the defense?
Wow. So let's find out when Tory's next appeal is coming up, because he does have another appeal. Tory, you know what's so crazy? You would assume I would go to Google, but I may be able to find it quicker right here. Now, family, I'm running into and I wanted to play this video too, Let's see here. All right, now this is the name of this podcast. What's the name of this podcast? This podcast. I'm so sorry. I can't think of his name right now. Belk Boys. I think that's the name of them. Belk Boys. Tory Lanez calls in on the Belk Boys, and they're saying this is, they're saying this is where the allegedly stabbing comes from. Yo, family. Again, I do want to hear this clip, but do not associate the caption with it. Let's just check out the clip.
4 contributors on this suspected gun. 90% contributor on this gun is a male, and the rest of the percentages of this gun are 2 females and another male. None of those 4 people are my DNA.
Wow. You know what? If I have to blame Tory for one thing, Tory, I hate to say it, you should have took the stand. Now, I know at the time we were Monday morning quarterbacking now, but you don't want to snitch, you don't want to take the stand, you don't want to point the finger at a girl. I get all that, but now, brother, look at where life has gone. We went from not taking a stand to a 10-year federal sentencing to 14 stabbings in this federal prison. Fam, I'm not gonna lie to you. Not only is he being institutionalized, he is physically being altered from this experience. Literally. I mean, 14 stabbings? What does that look like? What was he stabbed with? That is a question I have. Because, of course, it's not just your average knife. It's not that. It's going to be a prison-made shank. So, 14 stabbings, I do wonder what that looks like. But 2 to the face? Back of the head? Oh, my God. He could have been paralyzed. He could have been paralyzed. And when I hear this and see this, I'm going to be honest, just makes me despise Meg Thee Stallion. I'm sorry. It just does. It just makes me despise Meg Thee Stallion. Knowing all this came from her being drunk as fuck, wanting shit her way, look at where we at now. All this from a... It's crazy, family. Let's keep going.
I am 100% excluded, not inconclusive like they said when I was in trial. I'm 100% excluded.
Diabolical.
From this gun when it comes to DNA. My fingerprints are 100% excluded from the magazine, from the gun, from the...
And these are facts that were out during the trial, and it was like they just got buried. That's how you know they really wanted this man. He didn't get accused. He didn't go to prison for shooting Meg Thee Stallion. He went to prison for like having a gun within a certain facility or something like that. Like, his DNA wasn't even on the gun.
Bullets from anything that has to do with this gun. Cedars-Sinai Hospital, with the help of LAPD, Los Angeles Police Department, for those who don't understand the abbreviation. Together, they have put on my discovery that we have lost the bullet fragments.
So, they lost the evidence.
So, if you lost the bullet fragments, then you can't even attach this gun to the alleged bullets that allegedly hit the victim.
Right.
In LA County, so we can never ever grab the gun and do any retesting. The LAPD made sure to seal the gun so that there would be no retesting on this gun. When we went into court and we put these things in and said, hey, like, we're factually innocent due to these facts, the court said, you know what? We're going to consider that because there's good reason appearing on what you're saying. My judge, Judge Harringford, Judge David D. Harringford, I watched this man literally look at me and say, so let's just say I'll take the DNA evidence to be real, and I'll say that it's true. He said this on the record, by the way, it's in my transcripts. He says, I'll take the DNA evidence to be true, but I'm going to say this. At the end of the day, even if I take it to be true, That's not a big factor in his case. That's not why he got convicted. Brother, what the fuck are you talking about?
Now, I probably wouldn't have said the brother, what the fuck are you talking about? But he's absolutely right. I mean, if this case is about me shooting a female and my DNA is not even on the gun, then how the fuck is it not making a difference in this case? Again, because at the end of the day, they were going to railroad him regardless. They found a different charge to put on him, and they smoked him with it. 10 years feds.
Let's just say I'll take the DNA evidence
And this being in the transcripts is nasty work.
to be real. And I'll say that it's true. He said this on record, by the way. It's in my transcripts. He says, I'll take the DNA evidence to be true. But I'm going to say this. At the end of the day, even if I take it to be true, that's not a big factor in his case. That's not why he got convicted. Brother, what the fuck are you talking about? My nigga, what the fuck is you talking about, my nigga? Because that's the whole case.
Which is true. Which is true. Now, family, they have identified the thug who stabbed Tory up. Let's get it here. Now, the crazy part is, bro is already facing life. So this is the gentleman who allegedly, you know, gave Tory 14. All right. Again, they're saying currently there is a race war going on in the prison, and you know they call Tory Lanez lacking. The inmate who allegedly stabbed Tory Lanez in prison this week has been identified as Santillo Casio, and he's already serving life in prison with the possibility of parole, the Post has confirmed. So that's typically a 25 to life. You do 25 years, you may be eligible for parole in 15, depending on the circumstances of the case. A representative from the California Department of Corrections and Rehabilitation told the Post that Casio, 42, has been investigated for allegedly attacking the rapper at a housing unit in the California Correctional Institution on Monday, May 12th at approximately 7:20 a.m. Casio's rap sheet is a mile long and dates back to 2004 when he was sentenced to life with the possibility of parole for second-degree murder, first-degree attempted murder, personal use of a dangerous or deadly weapon, and inflict great bodily injury per the CDCR spokesperson. So basically, he's a full-time crash out. Full-time crash out. And he went for Tory. Man, listen. Thank God Tory's still alive. Thank God he didn't get paralyzed. You know, preferably he didn't, you know, succumb to a disease from maybe a rotten or, you know, infected, you know, knife or whatever it is, nail, whatever it is he used to stab him up 14 times. Just keep Tory in your prayers, family. Keep Tory in your prayers, family. Damn, they slid on the map. Okay. Yo, family. I think we're gonna call it here today. Now, I'm not gonna lie to you, family. I appreciate y'all so much. These are for you. We had to take a few days off to get some things together, but we are back. Now, family, we will be live again tomorrow. All right, we will be live again tomorrow going over the Diddy case. We are going to be going over the Diddy case. Expect me around 3 p.m. Central Standard Time, somewhere around there. Unfortunately, it will probably only be around an hour left in the trial at that time, but we will review everything that happened the day before. I mean, we will review everything that happened the day, and you know, we're really gonna lock in on this case because, again, I took a few days off necessarily, and now we're getting back into it. I do fuck with today. We almost went 3 hours. My nigga Donnie, you are the GOAT. Let me tell you that, Donnie. You the GOAT, bro. Not that. Not that. Donnie, I appreciate you tapping in, showing support, showing love, as you always do, my nigga. No cap. You a real one, gang. You a real one, gang. No cap. You a real one. I appreciate the fuck out you, bro. That's a fact of life. On me, nigga. Alright, so family, again, we will be back tomorrow. Okay. Listen, make sure you hit that like and subscribe if you have not already. Alright, we are going to put some more videos up. And Expect the stream tomorrow, Friday. We locked in, family. That's a fact. Until then, family, I hope you have a great evening. Take it easy. Be safe. I love you to death, and I mean that. Hey, we out. Peace. Family, I appreciate you. King, I appreciate you. We locked in. Man, when Carter 6 drop. Yeah. Hello. Okay. Ass. Fast.
I still smash in LA, they getting shot. Bitch, I know the dots. In my ear, we on the yacht.
Yo, bitch, know where we. Wait, hold up.
I ain't from the know ya, but Twitch is still a soldier. And rest in peace the soldier, cause he was real Magnolia.
Yeah.
And I fuck these
family, I appreciate you. Facts. We back. The shooter. It better be the only thing. Take little blank, you know the.
They got more bitches than you. All of these hoes in cahoots.
Yeah.
But my bitch keep me in the loop. She blow me like hot camera suit.
Damn.
My waters come out like a troop. Innocent boss near the oop. In turn, I'm trying to fruits. I'm in a pineapple coupe.
Yeah.
Passing you up like you.
Turn your head like a screw.
Get that hoe a tip.
Why?
Enough to buy a whip.
Okay.
Get that hoe some sip.
She fall asleep, I dip.
I'm rich, bitch, money, Mitch. What's in that bag? 14 bricks. You got 14 bricks in that bag? Used to drive a Mozzie. Used to be locked up with the dude that stopped the shanty. Used to be in Halle Grove with dudes that cut the bodies.
Till she got so many hoes, my nigga tryna got it. To your bitch, I'm Mr. Biggs, my nigga Ron Osler.
I'm kamikaze and you niggas round the Rozzy. Used to walk really rock. Drop it to the socks. Over your Jordan. The one that happened.
Family, we will be back tomorrow. I appreciate y'all niggas to death. That's a fact. Waiting for Carter 6 to drop. I'm throwing up the. Yeah.
I ain't from Magnolia, but Twitch is still a soldier. And rest in peace the soldier, cause he was real Magnolia.
Family, again, until tomorrow, be safe. Number love. We'll be back.
Do the knowledge, nigga.